Welcome back, everybody. I get a lot of requests from different people on who you guys want me to bring on the show. And today is one of the people who gets requested the most. And I don't think a lot of you guys know that we've known each other for 10 years. So I'm really excited to have him on. He is a self-described recovering American, but he's a forever New Yorker. He's the author of Don't You Know Who I Think I Am? Confessions of a First-Class Asshole. He's been featured in Star Magazine. The New York Times wrote a 3-page article on him, and he is described as by one tabloid as the most annoying man in Manhattan. He has a lot of large.
What the fuck tabloid? First of all, you start with Star Magazine and then you say New York Times. Do you have any journalistic integrity?
He is
Don't call me the most annoying person. Bullshit. I want to check your sources.
He's the creator of Pretentious Pocket, and he's also he gives a bunch of incredible travel tips. Hashtag Jew-jetting is the hashtag that he uses. This man is one of the most controversial, polarizing, and entertaining guys that I know. And I'm really happy to have him here. It's Mr. Justin Rossley. How you doing today, sir?
It's terrible to be here. I don't even know why I agreed to do this, okay? Where's the Uber Eats? Usman, come on. Yes, Michael, it's great to see you. You know, the funny thing is how we know each other is a very weird way for people to meet.
It is.
You want to explain how we know each other?
All right. So he and I was actually living in Los Angeles. I was trying to be an actor. And back then, a lot of people who were trying to be actors would go on reality TV shows. So I had a casting director cast me for several shows. I'd actually tried out they had asked me to try out for The Bachelor at a bunch of different shows. And so there's this one show on Bravo. Do we want to say which one it was?
Yeah, of course. Fuck them.
All right. We're on the Millionaire Matchmaker. And I went, and the reason why they put me on the same episode as you, I talked to Corey Bobker about it afterwards, is because I was the squarest guy on the entire season.
You still are. And that show's long been canceled, I hope. Oh my God, garbage.
And you were the most outlandish guy. So they paired us together because we were so completely opposite of one another. And I mean, it was I had a great time. It's funny because so many things in my life changed because of that. The show, not really, like I didn't become famous because of the show. Nobody gave a shit about the show. But, and I do still use some of the clips because they're funny. But it's the people I met, Usman and you from that show. You eventually introduced me to Bilzerian. Usman introduced me to some people that I
introduced you to Dan Bilzerian, or okay.
Yeah.
And then Doc Vegas too.
Yeah. And then Chris Khorsandi, and then the other situation with the guys at Maxim, and then I ended up hosting a Maxim party, and my life significantly changed because of me doing that. There were a couple other reality shows I did. But yeah, that's how we met. We literally met we were waiting to film. Do you remember that day? We were sitting there forever just having a conversation about all kinds of stuff.
It was awful.
This was December.
Everything they make you wait. They sit around. By the way, have you gotten any checks? Nothing's in perpetuity. I don't have any. I got nothing from that.
December 2013. We were in Marina Del Rey. Yeah, we're filming at that. I can't remember what the name of the place was, but that was. And then Patty Stanger was there. That was a good time. I had a good time, but partially because the girl on the show, her and I were seeing each other kind of on and off for like 6 months.
Like actually?
Yeah, she's awesome. That girl's way out of my league. Like she could do
She
could do way better than me.
You've got a bevy of broads. She's way out of your league. By the way, that girl sucked.
No.
Sorry.
Yours or mine?
Well, both.
Andrea was awesome, man. Shout out to Andrea. She just got married. I'm happy.
Mazel tov. Congratulations, Andrea. Yeah. I don't think we met.
Yeah,
did I meet her?
Vaguely, because remember we were all in costume and I had the afro on. You remember I was wearing that blue shirt and the afro.
Everything about that. Look, reality TV doesn't age well.
Yeah.
It is really awful. Yeah. It's cringeworthy. Yeah. Who's cutting this shit? It's crazy. It really was awful.
Yeah.
The whole experience is awful. But, then you do more. Yeah. Then you do more. It's just so cringeworthy, man.
Yeah.
Do you have regrets for doing it?
Not at all. No, because the reason why I don't have... here's the reason why. Because we had a man elected president who was fucking a porn star while his wife was pregnant and still got elected. Right. That's why I don't care about stuff I used to do.
Is that your threshold? Everything's got to be okay because he cheated on his hooker.
But the problem is like what does it cost you? And when I see this guy still wins the presidency after doing that, then I realize this doesn't cost me anything. And realistically, I've never had a single job opportunity go away because I did a reality show. So for me, I don't really care what people think, but I care about what I get or what I lose.
But you also don't have a conventional job, okay?
No,
this on a CV, if you were going to enter the real, we'll talk about the real world, okay? Yeah. Remember, I'm a Jew who lives in the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't fuck with the real world. The real world's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
I was in the real world for 7 years when I was flying for the Air Force. But yeah, you're right now. I don't think I have a conventional job.
Do you know how much I hate when you pull the I'm a veteran shit? Because I'm the opposite of that, okay? I'm like, all I do is shit on America. I date a Canadian girl. I live in Thailand. I can't stand why you, like, I'm a draft dodger.
Yeah.
And no one asked.
But there was no draft.
But I would have been. I would have been up there in Canada with hot Canadian, French Canadian girls.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's very commendable what you've done. I think it's awesome, but at the same time, like, yo, man, would you die for your country? I think you're insane.
There was definitely, there were points while I was in there where I actually thought I was going to die. Yeah, I would die for my country. Because here's the thing, man. For me, my upbringing was different. I grew up around a bunch of Baptists who live in Texas. The idea of, like, whatever happened to Michael, he died in a war. I just feel like I don't want to die, but if I was going to die, I would rather be something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, but the point
Don't you want to die doing something you love? Like, I'd love to die in a plane crash. Well, no. Think about it versus anything else, right?
You actually like flying more than me, and I flew for a living.
God.
Yeah. I don't enjoy it. It's funny that
but you couldn't drink on board.
The Air Force.
Do you have beds on board? Did your flight attendants? Did you press a call button? No, you were dropping fuel and bombs.
We did have beds, and we did. If you were not part of the flight crew, you could drink on board. But
Really?
Yeah, because you would have multiple crews on, right? If you're going across the world, you might have 3 separate crews on there.
Okay, we get it. You're patriot. You're fucking patriot, okay? And I don't understand what the fascination is of living in the country where your passport says you're from.
Right. Yeah.
I don't understand that. I think it's a very late 90s way of looking at, why do you live where you live? Oh, because I'm from here.
Yeah, for sure.
But dude, America's the greatest country in the world. Well, how the fuck do you know you've never been to other countries?
Yeah.
No, why don't you go and by the way, it may be the greatest country for some people.
Yeah.
And the most American thing you can do is use your passport and the power of the U.S. government and the passport and the underwriting, the State Department, to live somewhere else. Yeah. Remember, not everyone's passport's like, imagine having a Russian passport right now, what you could do, where you can go.
Yeah.
So look, it blows my mind why people hate America, hate on America. I don't want to get into the political minutia of it.
Yeah.
If you don't like your environment, you don't like where country you live, fucking leave. Use your passport. But there's this onus on people that, like, they don't understand. Well, how long are you going for?
Yeah.
No, this is it. We don't have to live. We don't have to live where we're from.
You mentioned before people keep asking you, when are you coming home?
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
That. You hate when people say that.
And do you know what else? When people say, so I've lived in Koh Samui, Thailand for the better part of 6 years now, like 6.5 years.
Yeah.
So almost going on 7 years. When people say, I want to come visit. You know what? I'm looking at you, Usman. By the way, where's the lunch going on over here, okay? I'm here with my attorney, Usman Shaikh, Usman Shaikh Law, okay? And I don't know what you're doing. What are you, disputing my Uber? It's on Uber Eats? Okay. Our apps are very different. Yeah. Okay. I just want some food.
I'm getting
it. Okay? He didn't send you my fucking appearance rider? I've evolved since our shitty reality TV show on Bravo.
That's correct.
What the hell are we talking about as I digress?
So you mentioned before, fewer than 50% of Americans have a passport, and something like 9% of those people actually use their passport. It's funny because you talk about, like, the travel bug. And I've never really had the travel bug. I just had a job where I had to travel all the time because I flew across the world all the time because I was in the U.S. Air Force. And it kind of beat it out of me. And what I did was, and I know you probably wouldn't do the same thing, but I live in Las Vegas because everyone comes to see me once or twice a year, and I don't have to leave. It's fantastic.
It's been how many years since I came to see you?
10 years.
I'm shaking from last night, and I don't even know what the hell I'm drinking over here. Shaking.
Last night was wild, bro. I don't know how you made it here. Like, that was freaking crazy. Usman, you were saying when we were on stage at Zook last night, you're like, we don't have anything like this in LA. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You don't. That's why I live here.
The other thing is, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I'm 39 years old. I don't feel comfortable being at a nightclub in New York City. It's just weird.
Wow, what's it like? I haven't been. I've been to maybe one nightclub.
I just came from New York. Honestly, I don't want to go there anymore. I've done it all. There's nothing interesting. In Vegas, you can transcend that. It doesn't matter. You're not too old to be at a nightclub.
Yeah.
I never want to be the guy that's like 10 years older than everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's a good thing age is not really a big component of being an expat. You're just an expat.
Yeah.
And time doesn't work the same way on my island as it works in Vegas, as it works in New York.
Well, actually,
and it's cathartic for it not to.
I actually think time doesn't work the same way because we're men. I hate to say that, like, it's a kind of a double standard, but I don't think it works the same way because a lot of dudes are like on, either get, cosmetic surgery, or dudes will be on TRT or something like that. I see dudes like in their mid 50s. And
I just got fillers from Dr.
Khorsandi. Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic. I said, look, can you do something about me not being so Jewy looking? Okay. Like let me open my mouth first.
Yeah.
Before someone guesses where I'm from. Or like, you know what I mean? Is there anything wrong? Like, oh yeah, guy hates America. Yeah. And hates being Jewish. I'll tell you something. There's not the sense of humor. First, I don't.
Yeah.
But part of being an American Jew is this aspect of like self-loathing.
Yeah.
And the Jewish guilt follows you for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
Be happy you're goyim, okay?
Yeah.
Be happy. You don't have to explain this. You don't have the baggage we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to Egypt this year. I'm just checking on the fucking pyramids we built. Okay, it's the last.
Oh my God.
It's the last thing a Jew carried to schlep. But I don't know how we did it. I'm checking my investment.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let my people go. Honestly, do you think I do manual labor in Thailand?
This is no, you definitely don't.
I don't. I don't. Michael, here's what I do, right?
Yeah.
And I used to do, because I'm very happily engaged.
Yeah.
Or about to be happily engaged, right?
Yeah.
And I have the greatest shiksa, and she lives with me in the jungle. Who the fuck is going to put up with me living in the jungle?
Now, is she part of the tribe when you met her?
No.
Is she converting?
Yes, she's converting.
She's converting? Okay.
She's converting.
Yeah.
I'm working it out with the rabbi. I'm getting quotes.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense, right? Because I don't give a shit. I don't know what Candace. Oh God, please don't listen to this. But like, what do I do? How do we convert you? Can we just do it with a hole in the sheet? I don't know. Okay. I mean, look. The whole thing of relationships.
Yeah.
On an island, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult, man.
I think about what you say.
She's
frequently.
a saint for putting up with me.
Yeah, I think about what you say
nightmare.
about moving out there. And like the thing is, if I was with the woman I was in love with and I knew that's who I wanted to be with, I think I could consider what you do. I can't do that now. I don't think I could go to an island like that and just like be away from the Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Longhorns, and like
because are you even talking about?
That's the point.
This goyim shit. Who cares? So you do some online poker or place your bets online.
Usman, are you with me? Like, are there teams that you love?
Crazy. No, it's not sports.
Who cares?
I need the comfort of like my house in LA and
I'm sure they're comfortable places. They're comfortable places to live. Other places.
We have water buffalo fights at 6 o'clock in the morning on my soy mean street where I live in Koh Samui, Thailand.
That's amazing.
Okay, and I've almost hit a water buffalo.
Those are big.
That's a tough insurance claim.
Big animals right there.
They're really big animals, and elephants and everything else. Nothing phases me anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? This facade of this Vegas bullshit, I think you're drinking your own fucking Kool-Aid. I think you're nuts for being here. You haven't changed a little bit. You haven't changed at all. You look the fucking same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a big guy. Like, dude, you belonged in the military.
Yeah.
You still belong in the military.
Sometimes I think so, yeah.
I don't think you would ever do well outside of America. Because I really don't. I think this is it for you. This is it. I'm not saying you've peaked. I'm just saying you should peak more often.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is it for you. Nothing's changed. It's like nothing has fucking changed.
Yeah.
I've changed, but you're the same. But I like that. There's a certain level of authenticity.
Yeah.
But you're preaching a lot, dude.
What
drives? You're preaching. You're like professorial.
Professor.
I like hanging out with you, but I always want to learn shit from you.
Yeah,
There's nothing, dude. I've seen some shit. I live in Thailand. Okay, I live in a kingdom. We don't talk ill about the monarchy. We've got lay majesté laws.
Yeah.
We've got the whole thing. I've seen some shit as an expat.
Yeah.
You've seen weirder shit, but I've seen nothing phases me anymore.
Right.
Nothing phases me. Vegas, like Usman and I on the way over here, we're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Really? Yeah.
We really, really do.
I don't know. I thought you guys had a good time last night.
We had a good time last night,
Yeah.
but guess what? Then comes morning.
Yeah.
It's like you're so jaded. You're so fucking far gone. I don't worry about like your mental acuity. I worry about your state of mind sometimes though.
Yeah.
Because you're so far gone. You don't live in the real world. And this is coming from a guy that lives on a tropical island with coconut trees and in the jungle and monkeys climbing up the trees.
I will say this. I remember growing up in Texas, growing up in the church, and I remember the pastor saying things to me like, don't look at Playboy, don't look at these magazines, because women don't look like that in real life, and that's not a realistic representation. And now I live my life, and sorry, Pastor, sorry to be the one to tell you this, but like that is my real life. Like living
you know
here.
The arrogance of you think the fucking pastor is listening to this right now? Sorry, apologize to your pastor.
Actually, Steve, what's up?
Really?
Man? Yeah, he might be. Yeah, actually.
What part of Christianity is that? He didn't touch you, right?
No, he did not.
Did you ever feel like, look, I was a cute kid? Like, why did you pick Johnny? You're really not going to touch mine?
I was not a cute kid, and we were not Catholics. Yeah.
I saw photos of you, by the way, when you were young.
Yeah.
You were dorky looking.
Yes, pretty dorky. Yeah.
You were dorky. By the way, this is the same look I've had since my fucking testicles descended.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing. My matzo balls dropped. This is the same look I had since my bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
In fact, can we get someone to lift me up in the chair? Okay, this is not hitting properly. Where's our Uber Eats?
It'll be here in
supposed to be the service economy.
Yeah.
And by the way, everything's is offensively priced.
Yeah.
By the way,
it is crazy. So I bought these 2 girls shots last night. It was $157 for 2 drinks. It was crazy. And
what did you get out of it?
Huh?
What was your ROI on that? Why are you paying for drinks?
Well, because we didn't have the same type of alcohol that the girls wanted, and these girls, one of them,
pain in the ass girls.
Listen,
beggars can't be fucking
just
choosers.
real talk. One of the girls that had surgery, she was in some pain, and she just wanted something to drink. She can't drink vodka. She wanted tequila. That's why. But like, to me, it was worth it because she's my friend. But
you have too many friends,
right?
No, seriously,
you are not incorrect about that. You are not incorrect about that. I do agree with that.
It's enough already with the friends. That's enough. I have certain friends, okay, that will transcend time. Doesn't matter. These are lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Get rid of the fucking rest of them.
Yeah.
Especially in Vegas, like you have too many people. Your name's all over the fucking place, and your name evokes a reaction to people, man, in this town, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But you need to be fucking cognizant of your reputation. No more is that true than living on an island where your reputation is everything. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm the Jew from New York that lives on the island. And when I was first in Samui, like I tried to make it work for me. You can't do that. You need to work for it. Otherwise, you're going to be absolutely miserable.
Is there a temple on the island at all?
Is there like Thai temples? What are you going to ask? Like,
no, I mean Jewish temple.
I live in a Buddhist country. Yeah, there's a Jewish temple, but
I didn't know.
I swear to God, the rabbi's squatting. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. No, and then I'm not shouting out any religious leaders like you are. Pastor. What did you learn? What did you learn from him? What did you learn from your pastor?
Didn't you tell me
how to get the smell of pussy off your fingers? What did your pastor teach you?
Hold on, wait a second.
You live in fucking Vegas. You're the Antichrist. Enough with this.
Didn't you tell us one time that you asked your rabbi if cocaine was kosher, and he said
it's true.
Yeah,
it's going up my nose. Well, I don't know. I mean,
is it kosher?
Is cocaine kosher? And do you know what the rabbi said? It depends on how much you paid.
Yeah, that's right.
It's true.
Exactly.
Why you're not allowed to laugh at that? Why? Because you're an entertainment lawyer. Usman Shaikh law. So my best friend is a Muslim guy, and all we do is we can't take the societal norms of like. Do you understand? It bridges our relationship, and it just works. If you were a Jewish guy, I'd hate you.
I think it's being a New Yorker. That's what we have in common the most. Being New Yorkers.
You're not a New Yorker anymore. You lost that shit.
Yeah, but we have that.
I swear I could see you looking at like a fucking Frommer's Guide or Subway
I think
map.
between the three of us, we cover
it.
like 3/4 of the human population, I believe, with the religious thing.
With what?
Actually,
semen? What are you talking about?
Do you know how many Jews there are on the entire planet? Did you know?
No, it's very alarming that you know.
Yeah,
I don't like the way you point that.
No,
because we've got a history, not we.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how many Jews are on the planet. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Probably one too many. No. I mean, honestly, for what are we, 1% of the population?
No, it's 14 million Jews that are on the planet.
So less than 1%?
That's crazy, yeah.
14 million Jews on the planet, that's
on
it?
the planet, yeah.
Let me tell you something. We make a lot of noise for 14 million.
Yeah, for sure you
That's
do.
That's an unbelievable ruckus.
Nobel Prize winners, absolutely you do. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
But I will tell you something. I had a funny experience checking into the hotel, the Conrad, okay? It was like such a weird experience. Such a weird thing. So the guy's name, maybe I don't want to say his name, but he's got a very stereotypical name, right?
Yeah.
Like a Jewish name. So I'm trying to score the upgrade. And I'm trying to, bridge that and break. I just want to be affable, right? And break the monotony of this guy's life of checking people into a hotel as a manager and dealing with problems.
Yeah.
So I made it off. Well, actually, it wasn't an off-colored comment because I'm allowed to make Jewish jokes the same way you're allowed to make jokes about, I don't know,
Protestants
and being like in the Air Force, whatever. You're allowed to make Muslim jokes.
He's also South American too.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on.
Some South American jokes I could do.
Okay, you can make Hispanic jokes. I don't know, but we have to be able to at least have some levity, and joke about ourselves. Otherwise, the world's fucked. So I said to this front office manager, I'm like, what's a Jew from the East doing out here? Yeah. And he's like, looked at me and said, sir, that is totally uncalled for.
Really?
And we will not tolerate that. And that was a very offensive comment, and we do not speak that way. And I said, dude, your last name's Cohen and your nose looks like mine. Who the fuck are you fooling right now? It was like I can't. What happened? What changed?
I don't understand. If someone called me Catholic instead of Protestant, I wouldn't be offended. That doesn't make any sense to me.
You don't understand this East Coast Jewish shit? If you're not going to throw that out and the guy checking you into a hotel looks like a Jew from the East Coast, maybe it's because my last name's like Asian.
Yeah.
But still, have some hubris, have some fun, enjoy yourself. It's a monotonous job. It's stupid. If you can't joke, we're fucked. And I think we're fucked. And maybe it's because like my shtick works in Thailand. Although people don't get it, you would think the shtick works here. It should. It should. It doesn't. People have lost their sense of humor. People are afraid of being reported. Everything's too corporate in this town. Like you're paying for drinks for fuck's sake, Michael.
Well, usually I don't pay for drinks, but yes.
Why are you? We're not paying. Are you paying for drinks tonight? Because Usman and I are coming out. We're not paying for drinks tonight.
Most likely not.
We're going to Zook.
Yeah, this is the first time I probably paid for drinks in 2 years. But yeah,
I don't pay for the 3 Ps. Okay, parking, publicity, and pussy. Yeah. Because you look hard enough, you find it for free. What kind of sucker's bet is this?
Hold on. If we lived in LA, I think it'd be all 3, right? Wouldn't it? You'd have to pay for all 3.
I'm like, the notion of it offends me. Paying for parking, it's offensive.
Paying for parking sucks. Yeah, that's why I live here. Yeah, so it's something I thought that you kind of missed an opportunity to be a writer, a comedy writer. Dude,
I'm a published author. Fuck you. What
no, but I'm like, I always feel like you could have written SNL skits. Like the stuff you come up with.
Their shit's lame. And by the way, I don't think it would ever pass legal. And I'm saying that with my attorney next to me.
I agree with you.
Would anything I write pass legal at NBC? No, of course not. So I want to tell you like an experience of being here because you're too far gone. So I need to bring you down to reality. Okay. So here's the irony. I mean, aside from like, the hotel manager and the whole weird thing, the guy actually felt I apologized, which I never do. But I did for this guy. Like, I'm sorry I offended you. I hope you'll forgive me over Rosh Hashanah. I said some bullshit. Yeah. Because maybe he didn't know I was Jewish. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And the guy's like, all right, I'm adding $150 F&B credit to your account. Are we done? Like, basically, we done. He like bought me off. Yeah. It was so, and he was like younger than me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway, so here's the problem. I'm in Vegas. I'm exhausted. I'm verklempt. I'm like 15 time zones I'm traversing. Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's exhausting. And by the way, I fly really well. Fly NA first class, and there's caviar, and there's Krug, and there's Hibiki 21, and I love that shit. And I fast before and after. I do a cleanse before I get on these flights, okay?
You're gonna eat so much.
I'm not sleeping. I sleep before. I'm hydrated. I'm like, it's fucking game time. And all I can think is, these are the most professional flight attendants in the world. They don't understand why I'm not sleeping. And we got a headwind, and it's 14 and a half hours, and I don't stop. And it's so much fun, but it's the one way, and I don't connect to the Wi-Fi or try not to. Yeah. I just want to disconnect. It's my happy place. Where's your happy place?
Basketball court. That'd be my happy place. It would, or the gym.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
The gym,
bro.
Have you ever seen me in the gym? If I ever post a photo from the gym,
you have not.
Do you know what I do? And now I've been off the market for a while, but do you know what I used to do? Okay, I would take my pants off first, and then my shirt, because once my pants are off, that's it. If I take my shirt off first, the girl's like, oh, okay, you guys go to the gym, whatever. My pants off, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Why would you do it in the opposite direction? Pants off first. Yeah. Especially if you don't have a high upper body game. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm checking into this fucking hotel, and everything's 11 a.m. checkout.
I never got that.
3 p.m. check-in. What is this shit? Why don't you? Why don't
checkout should be at 3 p.m. Always. I've always said this.
It should be 24 hours in a room, and it's such a sucker's bet here. Oh, you're early for checkout. Like every fucking flight arrives at the same time. They wonder why there's queues and lines out the door checking into a hotel. So I don't want to be disturbed. And like when you live in Asia and you stay at a nice hotel, they bring you like amenities on account of your status, right? Yeah. So like we would have gotten like, Candace and I, we would have had like amenities brought to the room. So the idiocracy in my mind is like, oh, they're going to bring me something. So I don't want anything. I want to know someone's going to bring me shit, but I don't want anything. So I want the D&D. I want the do not disturb sign on my door. There's no do not disturb sign. So I'm like, fucking kidding me. So now I can't sleep. I'm double locking the door. What if somebody comes? What if I want something on the door that says, fuck with me and you're paying for the night. Or fuck with me and you owe me something. I want hotels to screw up. I love it. I love it when they screw up. It's a bank error in your favor. So hotels and airlines, but hotels, shit, man. It's great when they fuck up. So here's the deal. I'm trying to get a do not disturb sign. So I press 0. That's not enough. You got to press it 4 times. You got to like I almost pressed the emergency button on the thing. Okay, I'm talking to this woman and she's like, look, I don't understand. You want to be disturbed, you don't want to be disturbed. I said, look, I want a do not disturb sign, so I have the option of being disturbed. And I'm very disturbed by this conversation. Is it possible for you to, I want to go sleep now. Is it possible for you to bring me a do not disturb sign and put it on my door? Don't knock, because that defeats the whole purpose of the fucking do not. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to be bothered. Can you put a block on the phone? Can you? I don't want to, people, on Instagram, you're drunk, you location. I don't want anyone sending Thai food to my room. Do you know what I mean? I don't want anyone fucking with me. I'm famous enough to know I don't want anyone knowing where I'm staying until I check the fuck out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. The same way I'm not posting record locators of my flights. Right. The same shit. So anyway, I think you know how this ends. The fucking guy comes, knocks on the door to hand me the do not disturb sign.
They had him.
He's handing it and then waiting for a tip. And my mind exploded because in Thailand, my Thai is not perfect. Candace taught me Thai. She's been living there a little longer. But I speak Thai. Yeah. We speak the language, right? Enough to communicate, certainly enough to not have that fucking happen. Yeah. And the people on the other end of on the call at the same hotel in Thailand, on the other end of the phone, they don't speak English perfectly, but they would have the common sense not to fucking pull this shit. The irony was lost on everybody. Please do not disturb me. Don't knock on the door to hand me my do not disturb sign. That's Vegas in a fucking nutshell. And that's why I think you're absolutely insane, because
I don't stay in hotels here.
You stay in hotels. I live here. So Michael Sartain offered me. He's such a nice, this is such a fucking
I got a guest room, man.
He offers you can stay with me. Yeah. And Michael, you have a decent place too. I don't know, it's the same place. Yeah. I will never stay with you. Okay, because who do I complain to? Yeah, you got a point. What do you have do not disturb signs? And you're like, I'm a terrible house guest. Yeah. But you know what? When you come to Thailand to visit, and I hope you do, and you come to Koh Samui, you don't want to stay with me either.
Why not?
Dude, it's weird. Just stay in a hotel. 5-star hotel's $100. Okay. Why would you want? Honestly, I don't know. You bring girls back. I don't want to have to deal with it. I just don't it's. I stay with Usman. He's got a great house in the Hollywood Hills. It's actually
you still up by Fuller on Fuller?
No, I just bought a house in the Hollywood Hills.
Okay, got it. Don't say his address. Come on. Yeah. All right. So he's in the Hollywood Hills. It's a beautiful house. What he's doing to it, Jesus Christ, to be a fucking homeowner. But I'll stay with Usman because it's legendary shit. I can't stay with you when there's Vegas hotels and the whole
for sure.
Please don't ask me to stay with you again. Okay, it made me a little uncomfortable. Okay?
Really?
Ask your preacher. Good touch, bad touch. It made me uncomfortable. Okay? I mean, I don't understand. There's a whole profession of Jewish guys, and they cut off the pricks, right? They cut off the moils. They don't touch it twice. Okay, they cut off and then they go to the next gig, and it's a catered lunch and the whole thing, and the cold cuts. Where the fuck is my Uber Eats? I have a rider. I swear I've got a rider. All right. What did you order? All right, so the do not disturb sign. Yeah. This is symbolic of how Vegas is for broken people that don't know any, this shit would never work.
So you're talking about Asian service that you see? No, I'm
saying if you're at Hilton, right? Okay. I'm saying at Conrad. If you're at a Conrad hotel in Asia, they treat you differently than they treat you differently. Okay. It's not just because my last name's Lee. There's a certain ode of respect. And if they don't understand something, someone's going to follow up. The 5-star minutia bullshit here is not 5-star. A 5-star hotel here is 4-star. We can't all be 5-star hotels, right? When everything's 100, it's not really 100, is it? Sorry. Yeah. It sucks. Everything sucks. The checkout, the anxiety, the flight times, your fucking airport, everything. LAX is a disaster too. Come to Thailand and you'll realize
we named ours Harry Reid. Dude, I thought that was a joke. I thought that was a joke.
It is.
When someone told me we were renaming McCarran's Harry Reid, I legitimately thought it was a joke for weeks. And then when I went there the other day and saw it was Harry Reid International Airport, I was just like, did somebody not who did not anybody Q&A this? This is ridiculous. How is this happening?
What they should name it? Is Strog Thurman or whoever?
It doesn't matter. Like Harry Reid died a couple years ago and was an extremely controversial character.
God.
And I promise you, most of the people here don't want the airport named after. There's a million other vegans that we could have named the airport after. Call it Elvis
Did
Presley
you just say
Airport.
vegans?
Vegans,
Is that a thing
Las
you
Vegans,
just did?
Las Vegans.
No, but what do you call yourselves?
Vegasites.
I call you schmucks.
Hey,
what
is the sobriquet for Las Vegans?
What's your producer's name, by the way?
Travis.
Travis.
I say Las Vegans.
Vegans? Yeah. But it's just,
you're from here. You're an anomaly.
born and
It's
raised,
weird.
yeah.
A Jew and Vegas. Like, the whole thing doesn't. You're one of like Sam Rothstein's kids. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I'm an amalgamation.
It doesn't make any sense.
knows?
I look at. I mean, people say, "Oh, how do you do that? How do you live on an island?" First of all, I don't understand how you live in the desert.
Well,
but I want to talk to you about water.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I want to talk literally water, H2O. And I'm not asking for water. Well, actually, I would like some water.
Yeah.
I have a fear of not having enough water, which is a very rational fear, especially when you're drinking, you're partying, and you're in Vegas. Do you know the fucking hassle of getting water at my hotel? First of all, the mini bar, I sneeze with this nose and I get charged. It's fucking something falls over. Usman comes to my suite. He's like, "Oh, how much is this?" He picks it up. I'm like, "Dude, now I have to have a whole conversation with the same guy from check-in that thinks I'm like some kind of anti-Semite, despite he looks like me. He looks like me. He doesn't like you understand? I don't want the hassle of dealing with this shit. There's too much paperwork in this town. But water, Wi-Fi, and aircon. These should be human rights. Why are we charging $15 or $18 for a bottle of Fiji? It's offensive. And do you know what offends me? You guys are putting up with it. You're enabling them. You're enabling. Water is fucking free. It's free on my island. We're surrounded by it. It should be free in the desert.
Okay. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
$15 for a Fiji? Fuck you. That's a day's work.
Yeah.
In Thailand. That's salary.
Yeah.
500 baht, $15 for a bottle of water. Everyone in Thailand that's listening, who I know, it's offensive. Everything's offensive here. It really is. The pricing's offensive. And you don't know it because it was a slow-moving, thing for you.
No, and then the pandemic, after the pandemic,
when you come here in
things
tranches,
just changed significantly.
And then thank you so much. Mazel tov over here. Guy gives me water. And look at this. What kind of branded water? You really... Really, but all the branding here is expensive studio. I can't get some fucking Fiji.
Hey man, listen.
So now you understand. Now you understand. This is a case study. It's a case study of. By the way, it's cold. Your beer was all warm.
Yeah.
But this is why Asia. This is why. Why Asia? People like, why Asia? Because I want things to work, and I want it to work my way. I don't think it's crazy. In this service, you're never going to teach people to care like they legitimately care in Asia. The service, you're fucking Hilton here checking in. The guy doesn't even look at you in the eyes. It's it's a joke. The level of respect and decency. How do you hand somebody a credit card? You do it like this. It's weird. People keep on your fucking shoes. You're disgusting. And you're fucked. You Americans are fucked. You really are fucked. And so I've opted out, and I encourage anyone to do the same. Being an expat is the most valuable way to be patriotic. Just get the fuck out. It's probably not. This is bullshit, but you know what I mean? Maybe serving in the military is, Justin. Yeah. But being an expat is the best way to get the fuck out of your... I see people bitching and moaning, gasping. Leave! You don't like it? Leave. I broke a lease. You think I was happy paying $10,000 a month to live in a glorified walk-in closet in Midtown Manhattan? No.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You think I like my doorman knowing everything about me? Do you have any idea how lucrative Christmas was? Christmas cost me... I never bought a Christmas gift in my life. Okay, we don't do that, Jews. I don't buy Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
It was a fortune. But at the end of the day, when I was in New York, the amount of talent I brought back, my doorman should have been tipping me.
Oh my God.
Fucking bullshit. And they know everything. It's extortion. They could really imagine.
I've heard that. Yeah, the doormen know everything.
They know too much.
My security at my place knows a ridiculous amount about me. So
right.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So how do you fire an assistant that knows you've been cooking the books?
Right.
Right.
That's tough, man.
That's called Christmas in New York City in a doorman building.
That's called Jerry Jones and Rich Dalrymple. I don't know if you guys know about them. They're firing him, but yeah, that's pretty similar.
Also, can we talk about this shit while I'm on shitting on Vegas? By the way, it's okay, Justin, you come here. I invite you to stay at my house. You shit. I'm never going to stay with you. Complaining about the hotel, but I value it, and I value the levity, and I really Otherwise, I can't go home and appreciate how fucking awesome my island
For
is.
sure.
But I'm having an awesome, miserable time, and I'm shaking, and I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. But in the meantime, we're going to have fun tonight, and it's great to see you.
It's like you can't be the only girl not using FaceApp. You can't be like the guys here who work at fucking Thunder from Down Under. They're not going to be the only one not taking roids. Like it's
a paradigm shift.
Yes, again. But like the problem is because everyone's cheating, like that's just the way that things are. And I understand that. But like you remember, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember the 1990s. Not every single girl had fake tits. When we were out last night, what did you see? Like
I don't remember the last time I felt real tits.
That's my point. So like the thing is like you can't. This is the way society shifts. And like for me, it's like social media is fake, but the money's real. So I don't care. Like I agree with what you're saying.
Shameless and like very introspective thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't care because the money's real. So like,
do you lie?
Huh? I don't lie. No, I don't lie. But I don't tell the whole. Like, here's the thing, right? So for my life and your life, you do the same thing. You don't. I don't see you posting pictures of you taking a shit. It's like you're on a beach with your beautiful girlfriend, and there's a bunch of like, and the colors of all.
It's curated. It's selected.
But that's the same thing I'm doing. Like we all do that. Like we don't give up our whole life. Social media, we just give the fun parts. And
I should post a photo of that because people literally wipe your ass in Asia. It would be awesome. It really, a little bit different than you call the front desk and they don't answer. Or put you on hold. Put me on hold. You're here for me. I'm not here for you.
Yeah.
Remember how this town was built.
Yeah.
I actually brought this up to you, Justin, because you have such a awesome time in Thailand, but you don't post it on your social media. Like that bus with the Thai guy pedaling.
Yeah. Shout out to the Barsicle. Look, I have a very interesting life in a very beautiful island, and it's a part of the world that unfortunately few people will come to see. And the people that promise, I'm going to come visit you, and I'm going to come see. And first of all, I don't want 90% of the people to come visit. But do you know how I disqualify them from visiting?
How?
When they say, "How long is the flight?"
How long is the flight?
How long is the flight? And you pull this shit too. One of my best friends, attorney, he's never come to visit because how long is the flight? And it's got to work between 8 and 2. And I'm like, where do you think you're heading? You're not ready for this shit. When you say how long is the flight, I say, please don't come. Please don't come, because that's the part of the experience. Travel is the objective, right? The travel experience begins not when you land, but when you fucking take off. And if you're doing it the wrong way, you're not flying properly. Yeah. You're doing it the wrong way if you don't agree with that. Yeah. It's so much energy. It's so enthralling. It's a lot of fun, but people don't know how to fly. Right. There's an education beyond it. Like, dude. Well, that's what you talk about in your book. You don't think I speak at lengths in my book about, the hustle and the struggle and, spending hours on the phone arguing with airlines.
I mean, just to give the audience, because we didn't really talk about this in the intro, like you are a travel expert as far as teaching people how to, some of the things you do, everything you do is effective. Some of the things you do are controversial, but everything you do is effective. And some of the tips that you give people are really, really impressive, especially when it comes to things like miles or who you contact if you have a problem or the way things get handled. And the way you mentioned before about you should probably be hired by an airline as a consultant because you would actually understand where the loopholes are with the frequent flyer miles and stuff. That is so far above my head.
They should pay me just to stop fucking them. Like the economics behind it, shit, I don't care. Even at $70 a barrel, but $130 a barrel, the economics behind flying me, they do not. If everyone flew the way I flew, the plane would never get off the ground.
My favorite
doesn't make sense.
My favorite line was, everyone should have elite status or you're an idiot. I have elite status on an airline that hates Jews. Do you remember this?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But they're the best airlines. Come on. Would you rather fly? Look, would you rather fly Qatar or would you rather fly El Al? Okay, please.
I don't know, man. I flew U.S. Air Force. That's what I did. So I don't know. That's a good
You
point.
have to fucking do this patriot shit.
Yeah.
So I'm expatriate, right? Expat.
Yeah.
You're a patriot. Enough. We get it, okay? Like, really.
No, I'm just saying.
You still have your service pistol or your revolver? Like, retire that shit. You weren't injured, okay? I'll like your posts on Veterans Day, but enough.
That's
I know I'm not a patriotic person. That's okay. But every patriotic person, have you noticed every patriotic person hates America and like they think they love it, but all they do is shit on it. Then go somewhere else. Yeah. I live in a kingdom. Right? We don't have a duly elected leader. Right. And I'm okay with that because you celebrate your freedom. I celebrate mine. It's just a different type of freedom. Right. And you don't know what you're missing. You really don't.
Well, I agree with you. Like at some point, I would like to come out there, for sure. But I'm going to take Usman with me, and Usman and I will probably be married to incredible women, and we'll come out there.
You're
and
not getting married. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
right
I guess
now?
we're never coming out there, right?
No,
I guess Usman and
you'll come out. It'll be a boys' trip.
Wait,
but
is that really on the horizon for you? You want to get married?
I would. Yeah, I would
what's your
like get married at
situation
some
right
point.
now?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Would you do it on reality TV?
No, probably not. On reality
Okay, so
TV.
we learned our lesson. Don't do garbage
How many
reality.
years
We should
out
put a
are you
link to
before you
that
get
shit
married,
we
do you
did.
think?
I'm 44, so
want
maybe the
residuals.
next 10 years, maybe I'll probably get married. Yeah, but I mean, I like the thing is, for me, I think I'm pretty screwed up from living here. Like as far as my what's it called? My beliefs about beauty have been kind of perverted from living here for so long. So I think that may be an issue. And then my also beliefs about like, there's just so many women here who are with women. Like it screws you up when you go back home and you just see how normal people live. And you've been living here with just like, you live next door to a playmate who wants you to date her and her girlfriend at the same time. You just can't go back. It's just really messed up. So that part kind of screws you up. But yeah, I would like to get married at some point.
Okay, are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I
we
love
should
it.
put this on a billboard.
I love it.
I have to choose. Oh, it sucks. I only have one dick. Like honestly, you have such a. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but you said I'm jaded. You understand why I live here. I love living here. Like it's fantastic.
You're nuts. You've lost it. America's a fucking foreign country to me. It's so weird. And you know what? Because of the pandemic, look, I used to fly back here every 90, 100 days.
Yeah.
And just do my thing. I don't do that anymore because of the pandemic. It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But so now I see it from totally different goggles.
Of course.
Different perspective. It's gotten worse. It's fucked up. And you guys, you Americans, okay? And even you, producer over here with the cold water, thank you very much. You guys are so fucked. You're so fucking fucked. And I say this from a very different vantage point. I live on a little, island in sand in the middle of the Gulf of Thailand. Like, I couldn't possibly be further away from this place.
Yeah.
You guys are fucked. It's not going to end well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to end well. I don't know. It's rough. It's definitely a different type of experience. I look at it like this. I feel like, Usman, when we go to the Maxim parties, the Playboy Mansion or whatever, I feel like part of the reason why that party is awesome is because we're there. I feel like me, Steve Fowler, Barry Bly, Jatan, like that whole crew, Sam Rima, all that crew. I feel like because we're there, that's why it's the best party. I feel the same way about the U.S. I feel like this country's the best country because I'm here. Like I know that sounds kind of narcissistic, but I feel like we're the ones who make this place fun. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
yeah.
When's the last time you got a bow?
Oh, well,
no, when's the last time somebody bowed to you?
Last night. I'm saying like last night we're at a table with like 25 girls. It was fun. Like that shit was fun, and it was partly because we were there. That's why it was so fun. To me, I just make wherever I'm at the best place.
How many good conversations do you think I had? Okay. We're gonna shout out. We're gonna say name is Dr. Chris Khorsandi. Okay?
Dr. Chris Khorsandi, who by the way also has billboards, so we don't want to talk bad about that.
I know. But you know what? It's funny. I kind of get it. His billboards aren't tacky, and he did my fillers, and I love the guy, and he's a decent person. He's like introspective.
He's awesome.
He's
dude, everything about his awesome. Dude, he donated a bunch of stuff to animal rescue.
He's philanthropic. He told me about his charities.
Yeah.
And do you know what he did? He made sure I didn't have to go under and get injected by a Thai doctor that I don't think they have the best bedside manner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's better in injections than a Las Vegas plastic surgeon? I mean, the guy's well trained. He's fantastic.
Chris is the only dude where I would like any of my female friends. I would feel comfortable setting them up with him because he is just such a stand-up dude.
He's like, and his reputation precedes it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
He's doing really cool stuff. And I'm like, look, how do you make me? What I say? I'm in this chair, and he's like, Justin, why are you here? What do you want? I was like, just make me less Jewy. I want to be able to open my mouth first before they make a judgment. Make me less Jewy. Make me less Jewy looking.
You know what's funny is that Usman and I are very extroverted people, and then when you're here, we just shut the fuck up the whole time.
Thank God.
Because it's just like I have nothing. Dude, I sit here I do 3-hour podcasts where I do like half the talking with you. Like I had all these questions. I haven't got to any of them.
Hey, Las Vegas, water is a right, not a privilege, okay? It's what you're like a science nerd. Like what percent of our body is water?
Over 70%.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew you would know that. Okay.
Yeah, or some kind of liquid.
Like this is a fucking human right, is it not?
I mean,
it's not a profit center. It's ridiculous.
I believe that not giving people water is a human violation. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Right. You should be with me when I check out of my hotel, okay, and go over the folio.
There you go.
I'm having all this shit come.
Can I ask you something? So when we first met, let's go back to like 2013. I remember being like blown away. JRL had 21,000 followers on Instagram. It was huge, right? And you were an early adopter. And the thing is, like, now, because the way the terms of service have changed, like, I've met some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, and if they get 50K followers, it's a fucking miracle now, because the growth curve is gone. You started around like early the last decade, same thing with Bilzerian, and then you had sort of this meteoric growth, and then you use it as, like you mentioned before, you use social media as a billboard to try kind of show your life off and how important it is. You talk about on the my buddy Tripp Kramer, you were on his podcast, you talk about how you use social media in order to attract other people and to network with other people. And like, you are a purveyor. I'm telling you, I know thousands of guys now who don't look at the camera because of you. Because you looking off to the side, the little 15-degree off to the side thing that you do in all your photos. The
Can
fact
I patent that, Usman? Is there an IP play here? How do I NFT that fucking looking off to the camera?
And then the other thing
that was
is
my thing. I started that shit.
The fact that the photo is about the background.
It's not about your face.
It's about your face, right?
We're not at the DMV. It's about the environment. And by the way, it shouldn't be crooked and it should be symmetrical.
Yeah.
You want to have a photo where there's almost something hidden in the background that you want people to zoom in on.
Yeah.
Whether it's a girl's tits, whether it's whatever the hell. If you're going, everything's staged now. Everything is staged.
Yeah.
And if you look at like someone's like actual social media, when they post about their real shitty life, it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because the bar is elevated. You're right. With one person's juicing, we all have to juice.
Yeah.
And that's why they created filters.
This is the confusion, right?
And that's why they created fillers.
Right. Fillers.
Dr. Chris Khorsandi, VIP plastic surgery.
VIP plastic surgery.
VIP plastic surgery. Shout out
Came
to
in
Doc.
from Thailand. Do you know how cheap it would have been to just go to Thailand and be
shout
at
out to
home?
Doc Vegas.
I love Doc Vegas.
Yeah,
He's
so
good. Chris is awesome.
here's the thing. I think people get confused and they start, like, back in the, let's say when I was growing up, let's say 1987, I would go talk to my 3 closest friends if I had a problem, or my mom, or somebody else in my family group. And now what's happened is people are starting confusing that group for Facebook. Facebook is not God. It's not your pastor. Facebook is not church. Facebook is not where you're supposed to be telling your problems to. You're supposed to be telling those to your friends. Facebook, like I said before, social media is fake, and I'm okay with that. But the money's real. So that's the reason why when you post on social media, I don't. If you feel FOMO from being on social media, it's because you're not posting enough. You need to be posting more. You need to stop watching other people's shit and understand, like, their whole life isn't like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when I watch your stuff, like it's inspiring. Like, it's the captions also. You mentioned before. You write the caption
more important
first.
than anything.
You write the caption first, and then I remember one of my favorite captions. I don't know if I stole it from you or who it was. It was like, it was just me walking through Miami, like on Miami Beach, and it said, "Just remember that somewhere someone is meeting your ex for the first time and think they found somebody special." That's it. That's the whole thing it said. And people love the shit out of that. That was hilarious.
Are you quoting me?
I don't know. Was it you I stole that from?
Sure. Let's go on record. Usman. Duly noted.
Yeah,
I guess no. It sounds like something I'd say. I don't like going with the grain.
Yes.
I don't get it. I think everyone's an idiot for doing it. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, the best move I ever made was leaving this place. Like, just America. And I think that having social media has kept our relationships. Like, I don't know if we would otherwise have stayed in touch.
Yeah, and I follow everything you're doing because it's so easy. I just look on your IG. It takes 2 seconds to see, oh, well, he's here now and he's doing this.
You share what you want to share, how you want to share.
By the way, I steal your filters too, like the way you color your photos. These are things that I have a class. There's a buddy of mine, Corey Chaloff. He literally teaches a class on how to put. They're not filters. They're called. I can't remember what presets that he uses, and he talks about you sometimes. He talks about different other people in the
royalties.
Royalties, right?
Yeah, please. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everyone's oh yeah, you started this, you did this. Okay, fine. I want royalties. Okay, and council agrees, and you want 10% of royalties.
Yeah, there you go.
In perpetuity.
We're working on it.
In perpetuity.
There you go. But the thing is, like, for you to do that, like, I think it affected a lot of people. I still copy some of the stuff that especially the funny captions. I think one of the things that you can't do, that's just my opinion, is that, like, if I'm in a photo with like 20 girls, I can't have a douchey photo with a douchey caption. It has to be, I make fun of myself in the caption. If the photo is going too far in one direction, I need to go too far in the other direction. Like the one for my birthday, it's me and 22 girls. You legitimately can't even see I'm in the photo. It's like you said, you have to scroll in. And I was like, how many of you legitimately did not even realize?
You got to zoom in, and then you got to, like, Purell your phone. It's like, it's honest. Look, I don't mean to shit on the girls that but these girls in Vegas, like,
incredible, wholesome creatures. I love all of you.
There's holes, but they're not wholesome. Okay, there's lots of holes, but they're not wholesome. Like, I don't know. Like, you keep talking about your pasture. Like, could you bring these girls to your fucking town, like your hometown where you're from?
So that's kind of the
These
litmus
girls
test.
are gone. They're so far gone, and so are you. This is what you're fucking.
Usman, have I ever talked to you about this? Like, how big would her boobs have to be before she can't marry the governor? Like this, we have this like litmus, right? we, me and my friends, we talk about this, like, or with the girls, we're like, how big would the implants be before she can't marry the governor, right? So 650s, she can do that. In Texas, she can go 1,000 and marry the governor, right? But at some point, when she gets to 1,400 cc, she can't marry the governor anymore. Like that's too much, right?
Why is she marrying the governor to stay in execution? She can barely stand up. She's 650 cc's. She needs a kickstand. She doesn't even marry the fucking governor.
650 is like is the Vegas starter pack. Like that's not not a big. Yeah, 650, dude. Come on. Usman, how many? Like,
are you kidding me? That actually is pretty big. You know, our men in Thailand, they top out at like 400 cc's.
Your men in Thailand? Yeah, that's right. 400? That
yeah.
seems kind of small. All right, maybe. I don't know.
On a man?
Yeah, that seems smaller man. Yeah, the big old tall man. Usman has nothing to say about this. That's pretty funny.
We had the conversation. No, it's there's no stigma about it. Like we started this whole like trans shit. Yeah. Thailand does it right.
Yeah.
We're just cool with it.
Yeah.
We're just cool with it, but we don't rub it in your face. It's not a fourth or fifth box you check. Undecided. I'm very confused by this. Everyone's very sensitive about pronouns and everything else, and I'm a liberal motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
I hate Trump. I actually want to complain because the view from my suite at Resorts World, I wake up, I see Trump, I get angry. I see that. Why is the P not falling off the fucking building yet? Like you think like circus, you know, like there's always like a letter like out, like how who's paying the electric bill on his likeness, and who the fuck is staying there when half the country hates you?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like he didn't own that building, so
of course he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't own anything. Where did you learn that? Trump University? Trump steaks? Are you fucking kidding me? I have a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
It's garbage. It really, really is garbage. Look, we have a king, but at least we call him that.
Right.
It's totalitarian, but I love it. And we respect the kingdom and we respect the monarchy. And there's no respect here. And I think that's like a common thing that I've just makes me uncomfortable. I'm disrespected. Like water, like everything is a fucking money grab. Do you know what I mean?
What was the moment you decided to expatriate? What was the final tilt?
I think you had to have posted something about it was Veterans Day. You dick. Like Happy Veterans Day and a photo of you, dude. And you're like in the military, you're young and you're like better looking with age, more handsome now. In the military, it's like I don't know how you get laid in the military. I guess it didn't matter. You're like, not much, right? That's why you're here. It's a little regression, but no, I honestly look. I just broke my lease. I moved to Thailand with the wrong woman.
Yeah.
Right? We talk about.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Moved to Thailand with the wrong woman, and I met the right woman there. And can I pull a mild racism?
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, you cannot be when you choose to live in Asia and your last name's Lee. You love Asians, okay? Yeah. There's not a lot of people in the KKK. They're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck. Texas sucks. I'm going to move to Africa. Okay, I want to move to the People's Republic, the Congo. Yeah. No, they don't. People in the KKK, people that don't like black people, don't move to Africa. I love Asians. I love Asian culture. I love Asian servitude. But when somebody says, oh, your wife, because girlfriend doesn't translate so much, like, oh, you have a wife, she's Thai, I'm offended.
Why?
Because it's low-hanging fruit. Because guys, where I live on an island, are not commensurate physically with the women that they date because they're Thai.
Okay, the women are Thai.
The women are Thai, and the men could never have gotten these girls.
Your girl is a blonde Canadian girl. I'm confused how she's Thai.
Yes, no, yeah. my chick's hot.
Yeah,
finding a girl that fits like everything I've ever loved and am attracted to on a tropical island.
Yeah.
And we have 2 dogs with the same values, and like she doesn't find me funny, but could I really be with someone that found me funny? No, it's terrible. She'd be enabling me.
I don't believe that she doesn't find.
She does not, Candace. You do not find me funny. She doesn't find me funny.
That's crazy. Okay,
listen, it's not the same joke, but it's the same setup every fucking time.
Yeah.
And look, I can't take things seriously. Every mundane interaction, from checking in for a flight to like, I was on a plane. Flying out here, and flying obviously in business class. I don't understand how you guys fucking flying domestically shit. Remember, in Asia, we have lie flat beds and Veuve Clicquot champagne on an hour flight on wide body jets. Like we don't. There's no of this. There's none of this shit and like you got to pay to check a bag. Like you take on a bag. That doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. But the only like funny interaction that I had recently is I'm on a flight and the flight attendant, you can tell, was just a fucking character. And she's like, I order vodka, and she's like, nice. And she's like, look, would you like a garnish? And I said, do you have a cherry? And she said, not for a very long time, sir. And I missed that nuance. And by the way, best flight ever. I didn't want to sleep. I just liked the shtick. I loved it. She won me over.
Yeah.
That is what I miss about America. Because you don't get that in Asia. The nuances,
sure,
they don't translate. But aside from that, every interaction, you have to make enjoyable. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing? And also, with these people that work in the service industry, which has gone to shit. You're kind of in the service industry, but you don't like wait on people.
Right.
Don't be everyone else. Stand out. You'll get better service. Invest in your service. The service isn't bad because of them. The service is bad because of you, Michael.
Because you don't. It's what you accept.
You have to take ownership over your experience.
It's not the hotel
no one's going to do it for you. Who's going to be a better salesman for your likeness other than you?
Yeah.
No. Sorry. You're going to do it yourself, and you're going to control it. And there's a right and wrong way to ask for something. But if you frame it and phrase it with a little bit of joke and you're jovial and, you show character and hubris, you'll get dividends. You really will. And this is why you're in charge of your experience. Now, a lot of funny things get lost in translation in Asia. But shout out to American Airlines and the flight attendant that hasn't had a cherry for a long time. Because it made my flight. I love that. But you can't even make jokes like that anymore. Imagine she didn't think I was a cool passenger. I was sexually harassed on a plane by a flight attendant. Would you represent me in that lawsuit?
No, I don't think I would.
Usman Shaikh? Law? Really? How long have we been friends? You wouldn't. It's a losing suit, isn't it?
I think that's a losing suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all want equality, except for when it's not convenient.
Can we talk about some of the travel hacks that you've done that are insane, man? Like
greatest travel hack ever: never come to Vegas. Okay,
there you go.
You win. You win at life. Go kill yourself.
You mentioned the inspiration from Frank Abagnale. I think how you say his name.
I'll give you another crack at that.
A bag nail. I don't know.
Add a bag. What am I ordering drugs?
The dude from Catch Me and You Can. Anyway, a bag. A bag nail. Whatever. So
Frank Abagnale.
Abagnale. There we go. So the whole thing is like the business cards, all that kind of stuff. You were the one who first told me you needed not go to the drop off. You go to the arrivals.
Whatever somebody is doing, do the fucking opposite.
The opposite, right?
Do the opposite. Why are you going with the flow?
Yeah.
You ever see somebody like at a baggage claim?
Yeah.
And like this is the guy that realizes the monitor's wrong and the bags are coming out here.
Yeah.
That guy's a hero. That guy's a leader. Okay. Everyone else is sheep. Yeah. Why are you sheep? Why are you doing everything that anyone else is doing in droves and expecting a different experience than they're having? That's shit. You're responsible for your own experiences. You really are. But people are passive in that and they just think, oh no, the service was bad. You're a horrible offender of this too. You expect people to read your mind. You have to empower people to give you the things that you complain that you didn't get. I'm happy we had this. This is actually a fucking intervention. Okay? I'm happy we had this talk. Stop it.
I've never heard this before.
Really?
You're telling me this for the first time.
And the last time. You don't need to learn it again. Honestly, just once. Just once. But you hate the interaction. You have to make it fun for you. Because it's not fun for them. Could you imagine answering the phone for American Airlines and the fucking questions that people get? And imagine, these are people either in a call center or they're in their pajamas working from home. It's a pandemic, and just like we all realize that's the email and the meeting actually could have been a fucking Zoom call, the whole thing, all right? Imagine how horrible a job is to like put on a fake, oh, thank you for calling American Airlines. My name's Tammy. How can I help you? You have to break the mold.
Yeah.
You have to. And imagine, these are the worst employees because they're not even like front-facing employees, have to deal with like customers in person. These are the people imagine where they're calling from. Imagine this shit. You have to ask them, if you want anything, and you want it to go your way, how are you today? How are you doing? And they say, how are you doing? Everyone says, oh, okay. I'm doing great. I say, I'm awful, but that's all about to change. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I'm awful right now, but even if I'm not awful,
Yeah.
I'm probably awful. But, you know, you can take the Jew out of New York, but can't take the New York out of the Jew, whatever. And that's the other thing. As a New Yorker, and I would encourage everyone to break their fucking lease in New York. I think you guys are insane. I can't believe what apartments are going for there. Move. But as a New Yorker, you'll always be a New Yorker. You'll be a New Yorker wherever you go for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I'm a Texan.
Yeah,
I feel
I
the
don't
same
know,
way.
but you know, really.
Yes.
Did you just contract? It's a little rude what you said.
No.
You guys wanted to fucking secede at one point. Now you're saying I'm a Texan. No,
every other week we want to secede. Yeah.
Well, if you don't secede, try again.
again,
Okay,
yeah.
please. Honestly, you'd be doing us a big fucking mitzvah. And while you're at it, you can really change. You're so hooked up in Vegas. Can I please not have a view of the Trump International Hotel
For sure.
that doesn't even own?
Just tell them next time. Yeah.
It's like, how has that not been like graffitied? You'd think there would be like a kid up
They
there.
had protests. Whenever there's a protest for the president, they would just do it right there. They would have to block the street off, and they would just automatically do any.
Just
kind
put
of
one of your
protest.
friends' personal injury billboards on top of it. Just like, that's prime real estate. And it's so
funny
Trump. It's right
because I actually am friends with almost all of them. That is funny that you say that. Yeah.
with almost all what?
The personal injury attorneys. They all go out. I bump into them all the time. They're all super recognizable because Nakvi and freaking Ed Bernstein and Eric Roy and like all of them. Like you see them everywhere. You know, Steve.
Did you just name drop or you throw up the names on the floor?
No, man,
All
it
right,
just-
so
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Michael Sartain. See,
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so my room's not ready and I'm gambling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gambling a little bit. I'm actually gambling a decent amount for a guy that doesn't want to pay for water.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm waiting for my buddy to come in and his flight's delayed and the whole thing. And the hotel's like, look, we'll like text you when your room's ready. I'm like, there's no way that's happening. I don't trust the technology behind it. The guy's not looking me in the eye. I feel like I pissed him off with the Jewish joke. He doesn't understand.
Oh.
Like, you know, the whole thing. So I say to the pit boss, hey, I can't be on my phone and my room's not ready. Can you check for my room? So she comes back and she has a piece of paper out of a binder. She rips it out and she comes back. And remember, this is hospitality 101, gambling. Like, I can't imagine a more important hospitality industry than keeping a player at a blackjack table
Right.
happy and staying there and not leaving, right? That's the whole goal of the no clocks and the no windows and the no phones at the thing. She comes back with a piece of fucking binder paper with the phone number of the front desk.
And you said you couldn't use your phone. Yeah.
What? This is the woman in like she's in charge
It was
of
the
making
same
sure
guy.
I don't cheat at blackjack and steal the chips. This is the operation. This is what we're dealing with. Use some fucking common sense. Can you just like, do you have a house phone? Like what? Like you can't call and see if Mr. Lee's room is ready and he's gambling. So you want me? Like it doesn't make any sense. I looked at that and I have the piece of paper and I kept it. I didn't call. I kept it as a reminder to value what I value and to continue to never live here. Honestly, you guys are fucked. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And, you know, it's not about that. Oh, gives a shit, Justin. Call the hotel yourself. It's the philosophy behind it, right? It's like the fucking balls on this woman to do that. She didn't even know she's doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
I don't know, Usman, if you agree with me, but like when you moved to Thailand, it wasn't like confusing to me. I get why you feel the way you do. Like it's not like I didn't expect you to move back. I totally understood why you were doing
I'm
it.
so offended when people, oh, so when are you coming home?
Yeah, I did. To me,
motherfucker, this is my home.
You're
okay?
such a contrarian. You are a born contrarian. It was not confusing to me in the slightest that you feel the way that you do. I just don't feel the same way, but I totally understand why it is that you feel that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe if I joined the fucking Air Force, I would feel differently. We have a very different like journey.
Can we talk about 3 people that you had feuds with? Because you did mention you went to Thailand with the wrong woman, right?
Sure, that's fine. That's kosher.
Can we discuss why that was the wrong woman?
No, let me check with counsel. Yes, we can. What the fuck? This is a sore topic.
Yes. Yeah. So what?
Do I look like I have a broken heart right now? I live in the jungle.
I
I got
think
a smoking hot girlfriend. She's Canadian. She's got big, nice tits. She's gorgeous. She puts up with me. Most importantly,
yes.
Okay, she's a decent human being. What the fuck is she doing with me?
It's incredible.
I have to marry her.
Yeah.
I'm marrying her. I'm getting married.
There we go.
I'm proposing.
Congratulations.
I'm
There we go.
proposing.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you better time this fucking release.
So would you say April what day?
Well, April 1st. If you fucking If
I think you said
if
April 7th or something like that is when you.
No, that's my birthday.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. I just read it. Okay. So yeah, just let me know.
What are you Googling me before the? We know each other. Yeah, but we know each other. You're Googling shit before the pod. What are you doing? Due diligence? Due diligence? Come on.
I probably listened to 8 hours of podcasts of you before we did this interview.
You serious?
Yeah, of course. That's what I do.
Do you know that's disgusting? I've done 8 hours of podcasts. God. Yeah. And the Vegas doesn't get any more depressing than this.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
But I like what you're doing, man. You got a good thing going. You got a great voice.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
You got a great voice. That's important. You're easy to listen to.
I think
you got a Jewish producer over here.
Yeah.
He gave me water. He didn't charge me for it. This better not be in the fucking bill. I'll dispute everything. I'll call up Amex right now. I'll wait on hold for 2 hours to dispute something. This is the satisfaction of it. Sorry.
This whole thing's very impressive, I got to say.
Yeah.
Very professional. I thought it was like him in his bedroom. Like when you told me about the podcast, I came in here. I'm like, wow.
That was kind of a mild fucking burn. I think it's him in his bedroom. He's evolved. I mean, he hasn't changed. Still man-child.
I think I'm
fucking. I gotta say, man.
Yeah, this one, it's doing really well. Like I think I have the most viewers other than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has a podcast and his is doing pretty well. But I think mine is still bigger than the ones at the casinos and all the other ones. But I think so. I'm not sure. Not in LA. Obviously, they have like Impulsive and those are humongous podcasts.
Mike Tyson has a podcast?
Yeah, but he doesn't do it very often. But he gets a lot of fucking traction from his podcast because he gets huge guests on there. So yeah, that one's a little different. By the way, Jeremy Piven was a co-host on his podcast, and so we can talk about that.
Piven was on your podcast?
No, he hasn't been on my. He's probably going to come on later on the show.
Not after I've been a guest. He's not. Hey, the funny thing is, Jeremy Piven has not followed me. Okay, I followed Jeremy Piven. He didn't win that fucking. Actually, Jeremy Piven has followed me.
Yeah,
but he didn't win that game. Okay, and I blew it up, and you know I did. And then you start with, he's been in tabloids. Can
you reset? So you moved to Thailand. You said it was with the wrong woman. Can you go over the whole situation with you, Jeremy Piven, the situation with Star Jones, and I guess with Paul Rudd? I didn't even know what the deal was with that.
Here's the thing with Paul Rudd.
Okay.
I'm kind of becoming a Paul Rudd fan, and I don't know how to feel. I'm conflicted about it. So Paul Rudd and I had like an altercation. honestly, it was so many years ago. I don't remember what it was about, but it was like a pissing match online before that shit was popular. We had a pissing match online, Paul Rudd and I.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so it pissed me off when I wouldn't watch Paul Rudd movies. I'm like, fucking guy's in every movie. So now I might as well cancel Netflix. I can't enjoy anything. And I love Paul Rudd now, but like, is there anything better than elevating yourself by having a pre-manufactured fight with somebody bigger than you?
Yeah.
Celebrity, more successful, whatever the thing is, right? You're literally bringing people down to your level. And if they don't say anything, you're the only voice. So who gives a shit? No one's refuting it. And if they say something, now you're engaging with them and they're on your level. So it's win-win.
Yeah. No, I could totally tell that was the issue there, and that definitely works. I've actually had the opposite happen to me. Like I did the flat earth debate, and these flat earthers just come at me like constantly. They want me to like
why
engage.
do you fuck with crazy? I mean, they're insane. Who gives a shit?
It's really
you're going to explain physics to these people?
It's really interesting. I thought it was, but it was, I was explaining physics, but I was trying to understand their psychology, because obviously there's some break with reality, and I wanted to understand that. And it's probably one of the most fascinating episodes I've ever done, just talking to people for 3 hours about why the earth is round. It was crazy.
Do you ever ask these Vegas whores you're out with if the earth is round?
I know 3, they're not whores first off, but I know 3 girls.
Really?
Actually, one of them's a porn star, but they absolutely.
So what's the difference between a porn star and a whore? It's being filmed. You add a camera and it's not legal.
Yeah, but they choose who they're shooting.
But if you remove the camera and you're not filming it, it becomes a crime.
Correct. Yeah, that's
name another. Where did my attorney go? Where did Usman go? Usman, I got a legal question. He's going to jump out the window.
Getting your food. But yeah, according to the First Amendment, they're protected under the First Amendment for all the OnlyFans stuff they do, but they're not being like, they get to choose who they shoot with. There's the food right there.
I had a legal question. What'd you do? This is very much below your pay grade. What are you doing over here?
You made him do it.
I know, I kind of did.
So can you talk about the situation there? So like the Paul Rudd thing, it went back and forth. What was the situation with Jeremy Piven? Because the irony of this whole thing is, since that happened, he and I have become friends. And
you're friends with Jeremy?
Yeah. He's coming on the show here in a couple months. But I haven't talked to him about this thing with you. But I'm just curious. Like,
you're going to broach it, and he's going to pretend like nothing happened. But I want to apologize to Jeremy, right?
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to, but I want to. I'm not going to. No, fuck you, Jeremy. Honestly,
what happened? Can you talk about what happened?
Sure. So we were both dating the same girl, but she was my girlfriend, and he's sending like shirtless fucking photos like you probably do to girls, and it was creepy. And then Kate's like, look, I want you to stop messaging, and he continued to message. So I took his fucking phone number, which I had because it was my girlfriend at the time's phone, And I posted a tweet, and I posted on Instagram. I was like, look, I'm having some difficulty reaching out to Jeremy Piven. He won't stop messaging my girlfriend. Can you please help? Of course, the fucking guy now had to change his phone number.
Yeah.
It was a fucking awful thing. Wendy Williams picked it up. It became Access Holly, all this shit. And it spiraled out of fucking control.
Yeah.
And I got call from legal and the whole bullshit, like
his legal team.
I don't know. The thing is, he was worried about it. He was worried about being canceled, and this is before we canceled anyone. Jeremy Piven, I can't believe you haven't yet been canceled because his reputation precedes him. But you kind of got to love him. I have no personal animus with Jeremy Piven, but if you message the girl that I'm sleeping with, while I'm in bed with her and she says, don't message me again, you fucking message her, I'm gonna fucking roast you. And I'm gonna hold your hand to the fire. Okay? And you fucked with the wrong goddamn Jew. And this is Jew on Jew crime. But I'm sorry. And maybe she was lying. And who knows? I mean, I saw a couple of the shirtless photos, Piven, Jeremy, you know. But look, Ashanda, we'll between the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, you have to forgive me. Ask him if he'll forgive me.
Okay. I'll ask
him. I fucked him a little bit. I fucked him over a little bit. Like, I know, posted some guy, but don't message my fucking girl. Also, Jeremy, you let someone smaller than you get to you. How'd you do that? I mean, it was great for me, distribution. You're a huge fucking star. But how'd you let that happen?
I mean, those are interesting questions.
Yeah, you should ask him.
Interesting question.
Yeah,
I will tell you this. Jeremy did a show here at the
Mirage. By the way, his number's in the link below, okay? If you have a problem with this, just, please text. If you don't like what I say, please text Jeremy. I'm going to add it. I mean, yes, you're going to edit.
I am not putting Jeremy's number out there. But the thing
213.
He actually walked around on the street just like we were filming this like really funny content. He is really like naturally funny dude. Like he's very, very talented. And then it's really interesting from him to go from a theatrical actor. I believe he was like at Second City in Chicago. For him to go to that and he's doing stand up now. That transition has been like very interesting to watch because I'm familiar with both art forms and he's going from one to another. And he's very talented, so he's able to do it. But
he's touring.
Yeah, he is touring. Yeah, he came here and I helped him out with one of the shows here. I brought a bunch of people to one of his shows here because I thought it was really good. But it is kind of like the one-man dialogue that he does on stage. And I don't know if it's changed recently, but yeah, it's pretty impressive. Yep. And then what was the situation with Star Jones? What happened there?
Who?
Okay, there you go.
Like, you fucking Star Jones?
I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know.
Dude, the thing is, we had an argument at Hampton's Polo. That was another life form millions of days ago. It feels like it doesn't matter. The thing is, I was trying to get my footing.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you have to fuck with people bigger than you to get your footing.
Yeah.
And you have to make enemies to make friends. If everyone's your friend, everyone's your fucking enemy. Like no one's your friend.
Yeah.
Like you have to make enemies to have friends. And also, I write about this at length in my book. I created this concept of the full circle approach.
Yeah.
So basically,
can we talk about that?
I couldn't. I couldn't get into
Was Stevens.
Love Was.
Yeah.
Was and I became friends. So
yes.
Was is a celebrity. First of all, he's a huge celebrity. He's a big actor.
Yeah.
But
you guys probably, he's been in Westerns. I can't remember what movies he's been in.
He was a firefighter in the World Trade Center. Anyway, he's a doorman. But he's like a doorman that makes a fucking ton of money and he doesn't even need to do it.
By the way, for those of you who've never been to nightclubs in LA or nightclubs in Los Angeles, you will occasionally see actors you actually recognize as door people. It's one of the weirdest things, but they're like character actors or bit actors, or like sometimes you'll see guys who are like played football players in a movie and you recognize them, and then you'll see them, they're bouncers at nightclubs here. It's a strange thing, but yeah.
Well, I mean, he's being paid a lot more than the SAG rate. Are you kidding me? Or scale or whatever the hell it is. I mean, these guys, I've seen the tips he refuses. Yeah. Like you're insulting, it's insulting to give the guy like $20.
Yeah.
Or $1,000. I've seen the guy not accept because he didn't like the way a guy was dressed. I see the guy not accept $1,000.
Yeah.
Cash. This is big money.
Yeah.
Like just not to let a guy into a club. So he's just like Brevi and Patek. Anyway, I couldn't get into this club. And I needed to get into this club.
Yeah.
So I had an argument on purpose with him. And then I apologized on purpose with him in a very interesting way that other people never would have done.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be known. And you can't get to know this motherfucker. He was untouchable. So I had to poke the bear and fuck with him and then show some humility and say, I fucked up. It won't happen again. You're never going to let me in again. But I don't ever want to come back. I just want you to know I'm sorry. In a world where you deal with douchebags and pieces of shit the whole time with absolutely zero apologies.
He went to his tattoo shop and brought him a gift.
I did.
And then apologized, said, hey, you weren't even worried about going back. And you said you just walked by the club one day and he let you in.
I never waited in fucking line.
Again.
I didn't have to be with girls. I could bring a guy friends. I never had a fucking, it's cold in New York. Mm-hmm. Okay? I didn't wait for a second. I'm out the velvet rope drops. And that's fucking chutzpah, man. That's like, to have that. I wasn't getting in anyway. So there wasn't a big loss. There wasn't like a big risk threshold, right? There just wasn't. So if I piss him off, if I cause some problem and I piss him off, he doesn't like me. He's not letting me in. He's not letting me in anyway. How do you win this guy over? Well, he has to remember you. And this is a guy who everyone wants to name drop.
Yes.
So you have to be different than everybody else. You're not going to buy his affection. Get him a gift and write him a handwritten note. Have a little bit of class and see what happens. No one's ever done that before. By the way, we're talking about a doorman. This is a vapid,
No, it's not.
But it was a big deal. It was a big deal to get into these clubs.
He's imbuing status. He's attributing status to other people. I know it doesn't seem, a lot of times.
It seems trite, but it's not.
If you're a really attractive woman, you just get into a club. For a man, it is like these doormen, you don't realize, especially when you're younger, you're like in your 20s, they're imbuing status on individuals. And so to you, they become very important. And especially in Los Angeles, I remember this one door guy in LA, I forgot his last name, Brian something. And this guy I swear to God, he grew up pulling the fucking wings off of butterflies. This guy loved to shit on people at the door. Like he got an erection from telling people they're a fucking loser at the door. I remember watching this guy.
It's modern day bullying.
Yeah, it was.
What happened, Melania Trump? You were supposed to stop this doorman on customer crime.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, like in what you said, you deliberately got picked a fight with the guy. Deliberately, was it? In order to,
I set him up.
Yeah,
I set him up.
Yeah,
but at the same time, all's well that ends well, and it fucking worked in my favor. And guess what? I was that hot chick entering.
Yeah,
I was now a hot chick.
Yeah, my
ham was stamped, figuratively, literally. I came. I was single at the time and went as much and as freely as I wanted.
Yeah,
and remember the value of like what my gift cost him and my taxi ride there back and forth pales into comparison to being a putz, being a schmuck, being somebody who waits online or pays for like alcohol. Are you kidding me? There should be a fourth P. There's parking, pussy, publicity. The fourth P should be potables. You shouldn't pay for it.
So you should pay for alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it could be water, but it's anything. It's anything you consume. You know, look, you're either value added to a venue or you're not. And you get that. You understand the relationship.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
The relationship's everything. But like, it's very difficult to get a jump start unless you make an impact and a visceral kind of, interaction with somebody and like impact, positive or negative. You need to have that interaction. Otherwise, you're just they forget you. And if you're forgotten, you're dead.
You know what's interesting is when I lived in LA and I would go to clubs in LA, they would just shit on me. They didn't care at all. When I moved to Vegas, I go to clubs in LA, they let me in, like no problem at all. Same thing when I go to New York, same thing when I go to
Do you throw
Miami.
out your Vegas bullshit? What do you
the thing is, I'm not by any means famous, but amongst this crypto douchebag fucking self-help Bitcoin clique that goes to nightclubs and spends money, they all happen to know who I am. So like in those
you have a podcast and you've been on television. Okay, you're not famous.
Yeah,
well, everything's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Are you on the spectrum?
Which spectrum?
Okay. Are you on the spectrum?
On the spectrum of fame? Yeah, probably on the low end of the spectrum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like they all recognize me from or Babes in Toyland or Smash Global or something like that.
You're a host. You always wear my pocket squares. By the way, if anyone wants to buy the company, Pretentious Pocket, I'm selling it. I want out of it. Okay. I didn't move to Thailand to be a schmata salesman.
Yeah.
I don't. It did well. It served its purpose. I'm not going to be in production anymore. Anyone want to buy? Are you going to broker this? You did my IP and the trademark. Anyone who wants to buy Pretentious Pocket as a trademark, it is for sale. And Usman Shaikh at US Law Group is going to broker this.
I love the pocket squares because you
wrap them. It works well for you.
It's the would you call it fuck you silk? That's what it's made out of.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
100% fuck you silk.
Made him in
These I get compliments.
Tell me this doesn't feel softer than the last pussy you had.
I cannot.
Yes, you can.
She might be listening.
I'm sure it was like sandpaper with the girls.
Okay,
There's nothing good inside of that.
Bro, come
There's
on.
nothing good inside of there.
Anyway, so no, I get so many compliments on these. Actually, I don't have this green one. I'm gonna have to go look up for this green one.
Okay,
That's nice.
I brought doubles. Okay, so
beautiful.
I'm
I appreciate that.
going to sort you out.
That's
tonight.
the only one I don't have. I don't have a green color. My favorite
need
one is
one.
that pink and black one. Is
This
my
is
favorite
called
one.
positive cash flow.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I know you had like trust fund douchebag or something like that as one of them, or trust fund. Like you named them douchebaggy names.
What is this forecast before your Piven interview? I can't wait to hear what he fucking says about me. I'm sorry, but like fuck off. Honestly.
By the way, how perfect is that business for Justin? Like
Yeah.
you would expect
Oh,
him
of
to have a
course.
pocket square.
Think
company.
about it. It's doormen wear pocket squares.
Yeah.
Doormen open doors, and this
Perfect gift.
opened the door. This figuratively and literally opened doors. So every doorman in New York and the Hamptons, from Stefan to Pink Elephant, all these people became my friends because they never forgot. Like it was. You know,
agree.
I wasn't just another guy. I just wasn't another Jew from Westchester. Scars. I wasn't another guy from New York.
Yeah.
I was someone that made an impact on them, positive or negative. There was cachet to it.
Yeah.
You have to have some of that.
Yeah. You gotta, in order to make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs for sure. Do you know who that original quote comes from?
I can't imagine any of the girls you date have ovaries, so no.
Vladimir Lenin, actually. That was the
Really?
yeah, he was the one who made that quote. Anyway, so going back to that. So now we have a situation where you talk about I don't know, do you still have any affiliation with Wayne Diamond? Because I thought that was really
I love Wayne.
interesting.
Well, yeah, I saw Wayne in New York when I was last there. Wayne's my fucking spirit animal, right?
Yeah.
If I had $100 million and zero fucks to give, I mean, Wayne's incredible.
Yeah.
There's no more fun you'll have than Wayne.
Yeah. He seems awesome.
And if you know Wayne Diamond, Uncut Gems, we've been lifelong friends. The guy's even
Yeah.
my father, but he's hilarious. And is there anything wrong hanging out with fucking the most like there's very few restaurants you can go to in New York. It's so entertaining just to not be the loudest guy in the room for me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's how Usman and I feel now.
No, but to sit back and say, you know what? He's got this and I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah. That's
And
amazing.
it works.
Autopilot.
It works on autopilot. I love it. If you don't know Wayne Diamond, you're fucking at a loss for content.
Dude, you know what the thing is? And I had a little
You're
bit.
doing it wrong.
I had a little bit of this when I played football. A little bit of this when I was in the military. But I see the way you guys
Again
make
with the
you,
shit.
you guys make
Football,
fun.
military.
Stop. All right.
You want to hear at the time I first got my schmeckle hard? Like, come on, understand your fucking audience.
All right. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is the way you and Wayne would like score on each other was hilarious in that one video that I saw of you two. And it seems to be like
Real. It's how
it
real
is.
New Yorkers talk.
It seems
it's Jew on Jew crime.
Yeah, it seems cultural to the Northeast or whatever, and I'm afraid sometimes to do that with the people I meet here for that level of like scoring on one another, right? My friends back in Texas, like I could do that, but like right now, I feel like this younger generation, whenever I meet somebody under the age of 35, I'm afraid to offend them, legitimately afraid to offend them. Whereas like there is nothing that can offend me.
So long as you still see the humor in it, and
Of
you don't
course.
say like, I'm worried about you, Michael. I'm worried. I'm worried that you're starting to, again, like drink your own Kool-Aid. And we need to keep you sane. We need to keep you healthy. I'm worried about your mental health.
I'm trying to say healthy and sane. Now, here's the next thing I want to ask you about, because I had no idea about this. You had an NPR interview pulled, and I read about this, and I've always wondered, why did you have this interview pulled? What were you talking on there where you told them, if it's edited, you don't want them to put it out there?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
But it doesn't matter because the story that it was about doesn't matter. The fact that I was like, I want this interview pulled is the story.
Yeah.
And it was probably the minutia and like bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
We're talking about NPR, please.
No, I just thought it was interesting.
I know,
It's
but
the only story I'd never heard the answer
Right.
to this, and I just thought it was really. I didn't know if you got into a fight with the person.
Well, here's the thing, right? Do you edit your podcast? I think you have to. Because we spoke
Sometimes
about the engagements, and now I'm engaged.
I'll tell you, like for instance, I'm gonna edit this. I won't say the word on here because so many people think that it's faked, and every time you do that, YouTube like will come after you for that. Yeah, the flat earthers all think Sandy Hook was faked. So does Alex Jones. Like those type of people. Like certain things, like topics like that, YouTube is very sensitive to. So I will take stuff like that out. There's also sometimes like I had Chloe Ture on here, and she had dated 3.
No, wait a second. What is that? What's a Chloe Ture?
Chloe Ture's a friend of mine.
She's a girl.
She's a girl.
Okay, well, first of all, I haven't lifted the tail yet. Okay, but am I supposed to know who this is?
No, just a person I had on an interview.
Okay.
That's not the reason why it's important. The reason why it's important is because
there's a lot of name dropping going on here, Michael. I love you, but there's a lot of throwing around names.
she dated 3 professional
I know what you're
athletes.
talking
Okay,
Yeah.
is she really hot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she
Face
dated
for radio? No. Okay.
She dated 3 professional athletes, and I said their names out loud, and I blanked stuff like that out. But that's the only thing I'll ever edit out usually.
That's impressive. She only dated 3 professional athletes.
No, she dated several. These 3 professional athletes played the same position in the same sport. That's why.
Yeah, I'm sure they did the same position.
3 power forwards. Do you ever see the clip about the power forwards? Dennis Rodman dated Carmen Electra, and then Kim Kardashian was with 2 power forwards. She was with Tristan Thompson, and then she was with Lamar Odom, and then Khloe was with Khloe was with Tristan, and then Kim was with Chris Humphries. Anyway, point is they all played the same. What's her face dated Blake Griffin. They all played the same position. That was the point I was trying to make. Anyway, I blank all the names up. That's the point.
Wait, who dated Blake Griffin?
The one of the half sister. What's her name? The famous one. Guy. I know. I'm about to get who are related to the Kardashians. The Jenners. Kylie Jenner. She dated him. Sorry.
Can we talk about the most overrated person on fucking planet Earth?
Who's that?
Kylie Jenner. You take away the filters and the makeup and shit. This is a girl that, like, even my buddy wouldn't bang in Vegas. Like, come on, you would never. She was like, come on. Yes, we've seen, but we elevate people for the wrong shit. And again, you're not ugly. You're just broke.
Okay,
you're not ugly. You just broke.
While I may admit
poor.
that is true, the problem is, like, she has a 10-figure bank account. Like, you can't argue. Like I said before, social media.
And guess what? If OJ Simpson took a fucking Valium that night instead of going home and killing Nicole, none of this would have happened. OJ, why doesn't OJ have a podcast? Is he in Vegas? I want to buy back some of his memorabilia.
So OJ.
Do you know what I mean? Can you explain that to some of your, the girls here? If OJ Simpson's like, you know what, I want to kill this girl. I'm not going to kill her. I'm not going to kill her. There'd be no Kardashians, and the world would be a very different place.
Interesting.
There wouldn't be.
Interesting. That's an interesting concept. I think it actually has more to do with Paris Hilton doing the sex tape, and then right afterwards, Kim accidentally releasing her sex tape with Ray J. I think that's what happened. I think that probably.
Isn't Paris a client of yours? See, no. I'd like to see my friend evolve because he's so protective over the fact that he's an entertainment lawyer, and like he doesn't throw names around like you have to in Vegas.
Right.
I know we're on a podcast and everything, but like, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of you too. But you haven't fucking changed at all. Like, I haven't seen you in 6 years, and all you got a little like a silver fox shit going on. You're still muscular. You're like, you fucking, I don't know. Do you get Botox?
No. Well, I will tell you this, and I have a question actually for both of you. I started, so I'm older than both of you guys. I'm 44.
We're the same age.
Are we? Okay. So I started HRT about 2 years ago. I ask a lot of my clients about this. Have you tried this? Have you looked into this at all? It has been night and day, man. Like I can bench press almost 300 pounds again, probably.
Oh my God.
But it's been night. Like the way I feel like I'm 19 years old again. Have you haven't explored this at all?
I plan on looking into it as I approach my 50s.
Yeah.
That is on
well,
my
the
radar.
HGH for sure in your 50s. That's for sure. Because actually Bilzerian, who I actually talked to about a lot of the stuff that I started doing, and then Derek more plates, more dates. But it's been night and day. Have you ever thought about that? Ever thought TRT?
I don't understand why you didn't ask Dan Bilzerian, who I introduced you to, by the way.
Yes, you did.
Why are you always eating different food than that's available to anyone else at your parties? He's at the mansion. I'm in Thailand, and Usman's at his party, and he's like, "You're not gonna fucking believe this." Like, Bilzerian's barely showing up at his own party,
and it's like a bowl of spaghetti.
He's a big bowl of spaghetti. It's like carbs, and like everyone else is eating different food.
Yeah.
And he's not even looking at anyone. His phone's not there. He's just eating. It's like the same it's a power move. It really is. To eat when not offered. By the way, no one's offered me fucking food here. I brought my attorney. I have a rider.
I have it outside.
What,
just
sushi?
bring it in here. We'll just eat it now.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I'm on a thing right now. But look, I'm doing my shtick. And Dan, do you think Dan listens to the podcast? I love Dan. I miss Dan. Dan, it's been forever. But open letter to Dan. Why are you always eating other food? Why don't you just eat like the nice food? It's like not like better food. It's just like he's eating like spaghetti and meatballs. It doesn't make any sense. And he's been doing this shit forever. And we were at his house and he had a private chef and everyone got different food. Everyone got different food, you mother. I love you, Dan. You fucking killed it. I opened my mini bar at the hotel at Conrad in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's Bilzerian vodka and shit. And I'm like, you fucking touch this, Usman. I swear to God, it's a pressure sensor, okay? I got to weight and balance this, okay? I need an engineering degree.
Do you remember when Bilzerian gave us the Johnny Walker Blue in like plastic cups to take home with
Everything's
us?
a mind fuck.
Like we're fucking too poor to drink Johnny Walker Blue.
So he has a glass. Dan Bilzerian, we're at his house. He's got a glass. Everyone else has a solo cup, but we're drinking like Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Yeah.
But he's like solo cup. He's like, I don't want to like it's, and he's got people to clean his glasses. There's crystal. There's probably Waterford shit there. He doesn't even know. He's not, like Dan's an interesting guy. He's an interesting guy, but everything's a mind fuck. Everything is, and he did steal my. He did it a little bit. He said, you know what? He reached out to me before he was super famous. Is like, what are you doing and why is it working?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a little too early. I was too early an adapter. I was.
I could see that. Yeah, for sure. I just feel like his reality is so different from ours. Actually, you were probably the first one who mentioned this. His reality is so like I can't imagine what it's like to be him. So when he does stuff that I wouldn't do, I don't judge him for it.
Perpetually just like a docile state of mind. Like I've never seen him like when he's happy. It's weird. Like he's just like it's just.
Well, he's very analytical. He's always thinking.
Yeah,
even
always
when he's
thinking.
like,
I think you should.
Remember when he said to us, he's like, I
don't.
don't like hanging out with people that don't have tons of fucking money. Like I don't like hanging out with poor people. I get that,
but it's difficult for him because the imbalance. Like one of the reasons why I actually like hanging out with Dan is because he's never going to be. I'm never going to ask him for money. I'm never going to need girls from him, and he's never going to be jealous of me ever. It's really hard because I have a big problem with a lot of dudes, especially in LA, that get jealous of something that I do, and they're so passive aggressive about it. And Dan will never
be jealous.
Ever do that.
Like no, I get that.
Yeah.
But you're too. When a guy's likable, you're gregarious, right?
Yeah.
You're outgoing. You're doing the Vegas thing. You got the podcast. You did garbage TV. You're a likable guy. I can't imagine you have many enemies, but maybe you're a little bit too much of a preacher. Maybe you're a little too much of a fucking Baptist preacher. Like you're too nice. Are you too nice?
It's not
Are
that.
you a dick to women?
It's
Do
not
you
that.
throw a girl out after
No.
you fuck her?
No.
When you come, do you say, get the fuck out of here?
I'm extremely.
You're a nice guy.
I offer.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice.
Usman, I'm not even asking you this question, okay? But
so-
you're a nice
so
guy.
here's
Usman's a prick, but it's in a great way, in a wholesome way. He's my best friend.
Yeah. What happens for me is like it'll be a girl that or an opportunity that somebody else paid a lot of money for that I get for free, and that bothers them. Does that make sense? So Dan even talks about how he pissed so many people off by not letting like a bunch of wealthy people come to his and movie stars come to his parties, but I'd be at his party and like so
He needed to be the A-lister.
Well, no, it's not that he needed to be the A-lister. He wanted 7 girls for every guy, or more than that. He wanted 10 girls for every guy. So a lot of guys, like a lot of the sugar daddies, were trying to pay their way in, and they weren't.
Okay, so
get in.
Cuba Gooding Jr. needs to wait online out front. He should use my Ross Stevens door trick. Okay, this guy had it was like revenue protection. It was like a Vegas thing trying to get into these parties. I was in Asia.
Yeah,
I wasn't going. You went there.
Yeah.
So you finally get in. Usman told me when he's clearing out of one of the parties, they like literally shot people with
Fire
water.
hoses. They came out with fire hoses.
I was gone before that. I'd heard
What?
that.
This is legendary
Guys
shit.
just come out and dressed in all black with fire hose and just start spraying people.
Can you imagine like if I had a party? First of all, I hate parties. Don't ever buy a boat. Don't have parties. Just go to them. Buy presents. You know what I mean? Don't ever have the hassle. I don't understand. You want a bunch of people over at your house? Like I don't get the whole thing. Entertaining. Maybe it's my Jewish neuroticism. You know, I had this conversation last night. Usman pointed out Cheryl Hines. You know who Cheryl Hines is?
I vaguely remember. Oh, the Cheryl Hines is on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. She's my hall pass.
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Of course.
Yeah.
She looks like spectacular.
Yeah.
She's got to be 60. She looks fantastic. So, do you know what most people would do?
With Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, they would go up. Larry David's wife on the show, on the show, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, what Jew doesn't love Larry David?
Yeah.
I went over to her, and all I did was talk about myself.
Okay.
And she was fucking fascinated. I realized, look, I'm going to crash her table. I sat down for 5 minutes. I said, I know Larry. I know JB Smooth, who plays Leon on the show. Here's my spiel. Here's why it's important. Thank you very much. And got the photo.
Yeah.
And like had a fabulous interaction in the whole thing. Do you know how many people wouldn't have done it that way?
Yeah. You talked about this before with your interaction with Brad Pitt, your interaction with, who was the other girl? Olson.
The Olson twins.
Yeah. One of the Olson twins. Was that on
Well,
the
I
airplane?
mean, imagine being stuck on a plane next to me and you're like one of the Olsons, okay? And
Yeah.
she's shivering and she's freezing and I'm purposefully like blasting my AirPod on her. And she's in like a fucking, she's in an Hermes like shawl and she's so emaciated and it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable sleeping next to Ashley Olson.
Yeah.
That was another bullshit thing. But again, headlines are everything. And that was a headline.
Yeah.
And I was expanding a brand. And so if a couple celebrities need to have their fucking egos bruised, and if Ashley Olson sleeping next to me on a plane needs to be shivering, I'm sorry, it's a small price you pay for being worth $100 million. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned that with Brad Pitt also. You talked about something different, or you talked about yourself when you were talking to her. Or talking to him. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're hanging out with, look, if you're sitting next to Brad Pitt, what the hell are you going to talk about? Him? Oh, I really liked you in this movie. Yeah. No. So you're never going to believe, like, basically talk to him about what it's like to be an actual person, you know, that can go to CVS.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He can't go to CVS.
That's correct.
Brad Pitt doesn't have an extra care number. He doesn't have the things print out. He's Brad Pitt. He's got someone doing that for him.
Yeah.
So guess what? We talk about real world shit that no one ever talks to him about. We don't talk about how, I love when you killed those Nazis. No, we don't give a shit in the movie. No one cares. It's the impact that you have to have on people, especially when you're talking about elevating yourself to their standard, right?
Yeah.
You think Dan Bilzerian wants people kissing his ass? I don't think he wants it anymore. I really don't. At least his brand is, I don't give a shit. Nothing fucking matters anymore. And that's a fucking boss move, man. It really is. Zero fucks given is the new caring.
Right. Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Do you see? It's counterclismic. It doesn't make any sense. But like, not caring is better than caring.
Yeah.
In terms of like your persona, or your personality, or your social media, or any of this shit. Is there anything worse than a girl that messages you too much? No.
I can think of a few things worse, but yeah, you're right.
Because they all know your address. You still at the same building? I'm not sleeping at. I want to be in my hotel.
I'm in the other building, but yes.
Do you have a view of the Trump International Hotel from your fucking?
If you really look out the balcony to the left, you could see the Trump.
Fine, maybe I'll stay next time.
Okay.
We'll see how my credit rating goes.
Yeah, for sure. See if you get banned from another.
I think what you were just saying about not giving a fuck, that goes back to your original persona with the pictures, looking away. Like, you didn't give a fuck. You're not going to look at the person taking a picture or on social media.
My photos aren't about me. They're about you.
Yeah.
You don't realize that yet. And guess what? When you're liking, when you're sharing, when you're commenting, you're propelling this shit. This is on you. This is a reflection of you.
Yeah.
I'm just someone you think you know that you haven't yet met.
Yeah. No, I think your photos are inspirational, and the whole idea of the photos not being about you is something that I try to tell my clients all the time, because it's hard for them, because there's a lot of weird photos where they're drinking a beer with their buddies in a plaid shirt at a bar, and it's like, who is this attracting? Because I keep reminding them social media is fake. Yeah. And that's okay. You're okay with that. Social media. I make them say it out loud. Social media is fake. Social media is fake. Stop showing me the real you. Unfortunately, nobody cares about the real you. Social media is fake, but the money's real. When you want to talk with your friends or your therapist or whoever, then give them your real problems. Talk about your divorce, your breakup, whatever illness you have. That is not for social media. Social media is not for that. And a lot of people, they miss that because the cultural or the tribal societies that we grew up with, even all the way up until right before social media, there would be this group of people that we could talk to, and we've replaced that with DMs of people we don't know who live in other countries on social media who happen to follow us and like us, and it's become very unhealthy, where people are espousing their own problems, and they really should not be doing that. Social media is for funny, it is for informative, and it's for inspirational. It is not for anything else. There's no other reason to post stuff on there. It really isn't.
No, but it also is your digital footprint and your social credit rating, right? So it's like, all right, look, before you go out with a girl, you don't check out her social media?
Of course.
Where's she been, who she's with, who's liking it. I mean, this is us doing due diligence on people. It kind of is, right?
It gives it's a great glimpse into someone's life, what their likes and their dislikes, their taste, where they travel, who they hang out with.
It's your social credit rating, and it's so important. And people do it wrong. And so the people that do it right become rich. They become famous. They become Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah.
They get to eat pasta and meatballs and shit and protein. And when everyone else is having, it doesn't make sense. It's like worst food. Dan, I look, you've been super generous. I've come to your house, but like, if you're going to be drinking out of a glass, please don't give me a fucking Solo cup to drink Johnny Walker Blue Label out of. God, it's emasculating, and I know that's the fucking point. It's an open letter, buddy. I miss you. Call me. He won't.
You said your online persona is more important than your real persona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you can fix your real persona.
Yeah,
it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier than
to fix your real persona.
You can talk through. You mentioned therapy. You can talk through. You can go fucking BetterHelp. Okay, you can fix yourself. You can better yourself. You can't do that with your digital, with your footprint. That takes perspiration. It takes momentum. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Or you drop off, you fall off.
It seems so shallow and vapid to people who don't have social media. But the reality of the situation is, and the reason why I work with the event promoters that I do in Los Angeles is because they understand this one idea. The photos and videos of our event are more important than our event.
Correct.
The photos and videos of our event are more important than our event.
Because your event will be over in a few hours.
Yes.
The photos are there.
It's exactly
and the photos
right.
stay there. And that's your distribution. There's only so many people you can fit between the fucking doors.
Yeah. And if what I just said, it turns you off or makes you feel queasy, that's fine. You're just not going to ever be successful in this space. The reality of the situation is we're a bunch of fucking hairless murder apes that are always looking for status. That's how evolution created us, and that's just who we are. And in this arena, you need to look at social media as I'm showing this off and it's a competition, but my real life doesn't have to be what I reflect on Instagram. And that separation needs to be something you're okay with if you want to be successful. If you don't want to be successful, then keep posting pictures of poetry or some flyer for some birthday party. If that's what you think you need to post, you're just not going to go anywhere in life if that's what you're going to do.
So do you actually think we'd be having this conversation right now if OJ did not kill Nicole?
Let me think about
and
this.
create the Kardashians. Like,
No, I don't know if he created the Kardashians.
It is there's a direct path. Okay?
There's a path.
I don't want to have a flat earther discussion with you,
right.
but when you want to look at the schematic, I know you're an analytical
Usman,
guy.
Don't you agree with me? I really do think the sex tape had more to do with it than anything. I think what
if Robert Kardashian wasn't defending O.J. Simpson, there'd be no Kardashians. And sorry, he wouldn't be defending her, O.J., if he didn't kill his wife.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what made her so famous, though. I think what made her famous was that she was an assistant for Paris. So I think it goes Pam Anderson. Pam Anderson releases the tape with Tommy Lee, and then I think Paris does the same thing on accident, right? I think that's completely contrived. Yeah. And then because you even see Jay Alvarez just did it recently, like where he accidentally releases a sex tape. I think what happens is Kim sees what happened and accidentally releases her video with Ray J, and then I didn't know who she was until that video came out.
I had dinner with Kim Kardashian right before she became famous.
Yeah.
Like a
was that when you peaked? Where did that come from? By the way, did you see what she looked? Did you see what she used to look like?
I think she's gorgeous. Okay. I think she's still pretty. For 40, I think she's phenomenal.
Do you see what she used to look like when she was friends with Paris?
Yeah.
When Paris was famous, and
she.
Well, I can't say you rep Paris. She like, but Paris is like a smart person.
Smart.
Really smart.
She
played the long game. And she won.
I got to have a 3-hour conversation.
She was the first social media influencer.
She won. She won life. If this is what's important, this seems to be how we're occupying our time today. She won. Yeah. She got it. She did this shit so early on.
And perfectly too. Nailed it.
I know. And today it would have been worth a lot more money, quite frankly. Well, but then again, I'm staying at a hotel named after her grandfather. So what the hell?
It's great grandfather. But the thing is for Paris is she's worth 10 figures also. That's the other thing. Like she converted this. I got lucky one time. She did a DJ set at Hard Rock, and I got to spend 3 hours with her. We interviewed, and I got to talk to her. And I remember after about 2.5 hours looking around and be like, you don't know me. Like, where's your fucking security? Like, they're just leaving you in a room alone with me for 3 hours. We exchanged phone numbers. We texted a couple times. She is so fucking cool. I got it. Like, when I hung out with her, I was like, I understand now. Like, she was doing funny videos with us. It was ridiculous. And I got it. I was like, this girl is like playing the long game. She is the girl with the 170 IQ who plays dumb so that everybody buys her shit. That's what she was. Like, my friend Kindly Myers is very similar to that. Kindly is a super smart girl, owns like 7 houses, and she plays this dumb person, not dumb, but like less interested person online, and that works for her. Same thing with CJ Sparks. They're like this. They have this whole thing that they do. And yeah, but like you said before, man, it's just incredible because I went her birthday or her engagement party was at Zook, and I just remember I completely forgot, like, Conrad, that's her, Zsa Zsa Gabor's ex-husband. He's who the whole thing is named after. By the way, the big if you guys ever come to Las Vegas 3 Square, the big food pantry we have here is actually Conrad Hilton created that also for us a long time ago. His foundation made that for us. But yeah, man, I thought that the whole thing was really interesting, and like I do believe like you said before, I think a lot of people stole a lot of stuff from you as far as the social media stuff that you did.
Isn't that like the greatest form of flattery?
I agree. I agree. I definitely.
I mean, as a Jew, it kills me that I didn't get paid for it.
Right.
But isn't that the greatest form of flattery?
Yeah.
It really is. Often replicated, seldom duplicated. Like how else are you going to do it?
There's a bunch of muscled up douchebags in black T-shirts running around Las Vegas, so I feel the same way.
Jesus Christ! But you're a brand here. Are we gonna have fun tonight?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have fun. Okay, here's another one. I love this. This is probably my favorite quote of everything I heard from you say. Travel and experiences are the new bottle service. travel and experience with the new bottle service. Like it used to be, one guy was big dick and another guy. I'm in Tulum. Look at this bottle. Oh, you know what? I got a bigger bottle, dude. How ridiculous is it that there are 15-liter bottles of champagne that exist?
Jeroboam.
Forget about buying them. It's called a Nebuchadnezzar. That's the name of the 15-liter bottle. Not that you bought it. That it fucking exists. How crazy is that? But the reason why is because this guy has this bottle and this many girls, so I need to show that I have more money and do this whole thing. And like that was for a while. 2004 is kind of when bottle service started. So we have the sparklers and the girls that do the bottle presentation or whatever. And you're saying that is now kind of passe. And what the new thing is the travel.
Stupid. It's lame.
The travel.
Very bridge and tunnel. It is. It's a very like bridge and tunnel. You get that reference, right?
I don't know the bridge and tunnel reference.
Can you explain your former New Yorker? You're always a New Yorker.
Yeah, to get in and out of Manhattan, you either have to take a bridge or a tunnel.
Yeah.
The George W. Bridge, Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel. So if you're taking the bridge or tunnel means that you're not from New York City. You're like me, from Jersey.
You don't live in New York, which means the girls are going to get stuck because after the club, they're not paying $90 to take a taxi back to Hackensack or wherever the fuck they're from. Like
I'm
they're not
from Hackensack, man.
That's why I referenced it. Okay, please. I'm also a big Billy Joel fan. Look, but they're not doing that. They're staying at your house. They just don't know it yet. They don't know it yet. And it's not incumbent upon me to, this is my former life. Again, I'm in the jungle now. It's very different. But bridge and tunnel, we added something to your lexicon. You're a very professorial person. It's very difficult to teach you anything. But now that I taught you, teach you a little Jewish humor, whatever, it's fine. It's like having a really cool black friend and you can say all the words in the song. No. Like I have one of my best friends growing up, Corey. Corey, I know, and Corey's going to listen to this.
Yeah.
But Corey Hutchinson, he knows that if I'm listening to Jay-Z, I can say all the same lyrics he can say because we're that OG.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong about that. Everyone is too fucking sensitive. We are.
Yeah.
And feelings get hurt. And so to teach you something is unbelievable. But yeah, being called B&T, Bridge and Tunnel, it's not a compliment. It's not a compliment, dude. It's not a compliment. It's like basically it's like calling someone trash.
I also love this quote: "Worldly people fuck other worldly people." You remember this?
I sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's true.
I think that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see it. Man, living here, you see this cross section of the world, not just America, like this cross section of the world, and like people come here and they like this. So I'm friends with Satoshi Kanazawa, who's an evolutionary psychologist. I'm also friends with David Buss, Dr. Buss from UT Austin, and I always tell them that like what they're doing is the theoretical physics, and this is the experimental physics. The actual evolutionary psychology impulses that people feel. The women here have the biggest tits and the blondest hair. The men here have the most Bugattis, the most expensive cars, the most expensive whatever.
Yesterday.
Yeah, like this.
So enough with the Bugattis.
This place,
enough. Can we just like all pull out our pricks at the urinal and we fucking call it a day?
Yeah,
enough with the Bugattis. And there's no parking inside the club. There was no need for that.
Isn't there a club in Dubai that you can park your car like you literally take your sports car in? Have you seen this?
I haven't seen it, but it sounds
so
like
there was
Dubai.
a joke where it's like I can't take my car in the club, but I can take my watch. So guys would have these nice watches. They actually have it where you come in, you park in diagonally, and then your fucking table is right there. So you can take your car in the club. I thought, what a genius big dick move that you would do in fucking Dubai. It's like the perfect place to do it.
I could see you in Dubai. I don't think you could ever go back to a normal city, but Vegas or Dubai.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of great things about Dubai.
Have you been?
Just to Abu Dhabi. I lived in Abu Dhabi for about 6 months, but I've never been to Dubai. Yeah. I mean, it's
Dubai's a better version of Vegas. You would like it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard that before.
And it's more sophisticated.
Is it?
Like
It's
not
got
that
all
the bar is that fucking high. Let's be real.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry, I came here to shit on your city.
No, I believe that. You can't.
Well, you know what? When you come visit me in Koh Samui, Thailand, tell me I'm doing something wrong.
No, I will come and I will enjoy.
Tell me I'm wrong
I'll
and say, Justin, you're wrong for living here.
No,
when you see
I
my
don't
house
think-
in the jungle and just the abyss and just the beauty and we hear the waterfall at night and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you see the nature and the monkeys and the coconut palms. Dude, it's fantasy fucking island, but I made it reality.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are so fucked and I think you're crazy for being here.
Let me ask you something about how you met your last girlfriend or your two girlfriends ago and the one that you met currently. What is the thing because you went on Tripp Kramer talking about how to meet women. You had a discussion about that. What are the things that they had?
He takes like copious notes. You're prepared for this. I'm milking a hangover. I got injection marks in my fucking pudding, my kepi here. I'm just teaching you Yiddish, right? Yeah. I got like, I was over at Dr. Chris Khorsandi's, like, what the hell? You did research?
I did.
I feel unprepared. I'm still wearing my pants.
That's incredible. So what was the thing that made you, for me, like I'm really attracted, like there's a certain level of physical attractiveness, obviously I'm attracted to, but once it gets there, like there's intellectual curiosity. For you, what was the thing that said, this girl is the right one, this girl is the right one?
Honestly, it's the way they make me feel about them.
Okay.
And it's the way they make me feel about myself.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Like it's not rocket science, like it's just I'm the most difficult person you could possibly ever date. And I'm sure every girlfriend or ex-girlfriend of mine would substantiate that claim. Yeah. I'm not an easy guy to date. I don't pretend to be. She's a fucking gem.
Yeah.
And such a doll face. And so it's so hot. And like we have a fantasy life.
Right.
But not everything's perfect in paradise, so that's why I'm marrying her, to make it perfect.
Perfect, man. That's great. Now, here's the thing. What did you do? Now, everybody else watching this is like,
am I in trouble? Is that why I'm marrying her? No. I'm doing this my own volition. Hey, blink twice, okay? I need you to, it's like launching missiles from a submarine. We all need to turn our keys at the same time.
My new Canadian citizen friend here, JRL.
No, I told her I'm using her for fucking healthcare, really. Yeah. I mean, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
I could always live in Canada. You guys are screwed.
Yeah. What did you do to attract your perfect girl then? That's what a lot of people would want to know.
Well, first of all, consider the alternative. It was a bunch of Thai guys.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's just, like white girls don't date Thai guys on my island.
Right there.
And you know what? Look, call me racist. I pay Thai taxes, and no racist person who doesn't like Asian people moves to Asia. I love Asia. I love Thai people. But can we just call a spade, especially in this town? White girls don't date Thai guys.
Yeah.
White guys, and I don't mean white, but like Farang, that means not us.
Yeah.
Westerners date Thai, like male.
Yeah.
Date Thai women.
Yeah.
And often they're not equally physically attractive to the Thai women. I'm not into Thai women. It's not my thing.
You mean the Thai women are more attractive or the Westerners are more attractive?
Dude, a big fat tub of shit.
Guys that can't get laid.
Guys who can't get laid.
Oh, okay.
Can go to Thailand and have a wife. And the wife doesn't look like anything he could get here in Vegas.
I understand what you're saying.
You've seen that
before.
For sure.
Yeah.
And they fall in love, or they have a child, or she says, or she's got 3 of him, and he works overseas, and the scam on the island is, my family's water buffalo is sick, and we needs medicine because we need to fight the water buffalo. Can you please send PayPal, or could you send some money? And it's just, it's not the same. Yeah. It's just not the same. And so, look, I love the fact that I met my darling, right? My soon, hopefully when this airs, fiancé, if she says fucking yes. And I'm going to propose at the Four Seasons in Johannesburg. We're going to South Africa.
Oh, wow. Month. Okay. I've been there once.
I've never been.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's like dry. It's pretty nice. Yeah,
exactly. Well, hopefully she won't be. Okay? Because I kind of overextended myself in the fucking ring. Okay? If there's anything dry there, it's going to be the tear in my eye. Let's hope she says yes. She'll say yes. And do you know why? It's a pretty big matzo ball to live with me in the jungle. Yeah. Okay? After you just said no to marrying me. She deserves it. Anyone fucking puts up with me is a saint. Yeah. Honestly. Even friends. Even friends. Am I a fucking easy friend? No. But if you ever needed anything, would I be there?
I think so.
There have been a few times where we've hung out, and I'm thinking, am I going to have to break up a fight? Have you ever done this? Did JRL just insult this person, and am I going to have to apologize?
Why did they invite me? Am I uninvited or invited? If I'm invited, the onus is on you. I don't give a shit.
I feel like it's a fun high wire act every time we hang out. I love it. I think it's
why can't people just laugh at themselves? Why does everyone take themselves so fucking seriously?
Yeah. Beautiful.
You want to know something? Go to Dr. Chris Khorsandi and have him point out all the flaws in your face.
I'm going to have him do that.
You want to feel awful? You want to be brought down a level? Go to VIP plastic surgery in Vegas and have him do like a schematic of your face and say, I do this, I do that. I'm like, yo, man, what about my feelings? He's like, that's next door. Okay, you want honesty, please.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, Chris is awesome. This is another great quote I heard from you. There's no bad publicity. Do you remember this one? There's only two things two types of publicity you don't want.
Humor me.
Bad publicity unless you hate Jews or fuck little kids. Do you remember this?
By the way, that has aged well.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to hate Jews.
Yeah.
And you're still not allowed to fuck little kids.
Yeah.
It's weird where we draw the line in Vegas. I don't like these young girls. First of all, I think anyone that's dating like a 17-year-old and be like, oh, my attorney said it's fine or whatever. Or like there's the letter of the law and then the spirit of the law. If you're justifying your age to another woman, like just turn yourself in to the authorities already. Like your laptop probably has bad shit on it.
Yeah.
I don't like children. I fucking hate children. I fucking hate anyone that would fuck a child. Is that unpopular to say?
No,
and I think it's weird. You can't even search for porn without everyone being your sister or your stepsister. Like everything's weird, okay? We're so far gone. We're so far gone. Who would ever want to fuck their stepsister? The whole thing's gross. Am I the only one that feels this way? Someone's clicking these links.
I feel this way. However, there are two books. One called Everybody Lies and another one's called Dataclysm, where they go deep into porn searches for people. And they find out that this stepsister or stepbrother thing is humongous.
Why?
It's even bigger than we think it is. I don't know.
Am I the one that just hates family that much? I mean, like, when I'm thinking about fucking over family, I mean, let's have sex with family. I thought we've evolved.
Yeah.
I thought we've evolved enough to
haven't
all
evolved.
right, look, we don't give a shit, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. We don't publicly shit on Jews. Like you can't do that, especially when I'm telling the joke, checking at the hotel, and the guy didn't realize I'm Jewish and jet lagged and realized, okay, my last name doesn't make sense. But with the same fucking face.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't fuck little kids. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to put like a hard stance on that.
Yeah.
That we do not negotiate on.
We should not.
I would never serve on a jury because there's a bunch of fucking idiots too stupid to figure out how to get out of jury duty, and also I don't live in this country. But Jesus Christ, let's hope that girl was of age.
Yeah.
You ever check a girl's ID?
I don't. I date women in their late 20s.
You date women in their 20s, right?
Yeah. I'm not really into the 19, 20, 21
What do
year
you
olds.
talk to them about?
Yeah, it's hard.
What do you talk to them about? Oh, where were you on 9/11? Not born.
No,
what the hell? They're not of age.
I remember every minute of the year they were born. So that's like, that.
What do you talk to these girls about? I don't know what you talk to any of these girls about. I think you have more patience than I do.
I try to see the human perspective.
But what
of
if they're
every
not all
single
human? Like there's varying degrees of human beings.
let me
we
say
can't
something.
pretend that all these girls are awesome people. They might be fun,
Yeah,
but some of them
that makes them more interesting.
Is it wrong to call a girl because she's a human being a piece of shit if she's acting like a piece of shit?
When they're super vapid,
Piece of shit.
Hold on,
Michael, she's a piece of shit.
When they're super vapid, it actually makes sometimes for more interesting conversation because you kind of know what you're talking to. Does that make sense? It's almost like if I had a conversation with Pol Pot or Benito Mussolini, like knowing the guy's a sociopath, it would be very interesting to have a conversation with them knowing they're a sociopath. So I don't mind if a person's vapid or whatever. It's my job as an interviewer to make them more interesting.
What about stupid?
Stupid, but the thing is, stupid still comes with emotions, and you can still find emotions that people have or damage that they went through. Everybody came from someone and got over something, so that's stuff that we could talk about.
Okay, how about stupid but not damaged? Not everyone. Look,
everyone's a little damaged.
So Michael, I wish you would have quoted me on this. So, this is another one of the quotes. Maybe it's on your list. Who knows? But like, 50% of the fucking people out there are idiots. Okay, no. Think about it. The average person is an idiot. 50% of people out there is dumber than that average fucking person. Think about that, okay? The next time you're on hold and they don't understand. Like, not everybody thinks about the world as introspectively and with the same viewpoint as you. And I think you're jaded from that. And also, like, you're trying to appeal to wisdom that sometimes just isn't there.
Oh, but I'm aware
There's
of
a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
No.
I'm aware that, like, so this is what I tell, like, again, we talk about my clients. My clients, I say reason and hard work live in this program. Everywhere else you go, people will say things to you and they are fucking liars. Everywhere else you go outside of this program, people are going to say words and those words don't mean anything. Your job is to, even though that happens, you're not allowed to be one of those people. I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor will I tolerate anyone amongst us who does. And
was that gospel? Did your pastor?
No, but
what are you talking about?
I'll tell you where that came from. But you're just going to make fun of
Christian rap or some shit.
You're just going to make fun. You're just going to make fun of me.
Of course,
again.
I'm here to break your fucking balls.
Okay, it's the U.S. Military Code of Conduct. So
really,
yeah. So
I thought it's let's not rape each other. Oh, is that too soon? Come on, the plane's going down.
There we go.
You're flying these planes.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like I tell them, oh my god, dude. I've lost my train of thought.
Good.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
That is the goal.
Keep you off. All right, you're quoting me.
That is the goal.
And I was just saying that, think about how stupid the average person is.
Yeah.
And then realize that 50% of people are stupider than that fucking person. Let's just use stats when they're, you're a mathematical guy.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas. Let's use some stats. And so I think your biggest flaw, and granted, this is why you have me on, right?
Yeah, of course.
I love this setup.
Yeah.
But your biggest flaw is that you're too fucking nice.
Yeah. Sometimes I can definitely see that.
And you
working
see
against
the
me.
good in people. I see the evil in people, and then I find the good.
Yeah. Misanthrope. Yep.
Misanthropic, motherfucker.
Misanthrope.
Really, you gotta. But you're in a city for it, man. I gotta tell you, I still think you guys are fucked. I still think you guys are crazy. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But then again, I would encourage everyone to use the power of their passport and become an expat. There's nothing like expat life. Look, we all realize now with the pandemic, you don't have to show up anywhere anymore.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Who doesn't work on a computer?
Yeah, a lot of people.
What are you doing? You schlepping bags at JFK? Unless your job physically requires you to be there, go somewhere else and stop complaining about your rent.
Yeah.
Realign your own life. Do what people will think is crazy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to regret it. And so there's a saying on Koh Samui among us expats when we're at the bar at Boat Bar, which is like a local owned super American cool expat tiki bar. Cheapest beer, $2 beers, like unbelievable, 60 baht. Shout out to Boat Bar. But there's a saying when we're looking at sunset and a plane takes off and the plane is leaving the island and it's the most majestic view of everything and we're just drinking beer. And we look around at each other and we say, but we're not wrong. We're just not wrong. We laugh. We're like, fucking idiots. They're leaving. It's going to be gorgeous tomorrow. Where are they going back to their wife and their kids and their mortgages and shit? Are you kidding me? You're a putz. You're a real putz you don't like your situation, change it. You don't like where you live. You don't like inflation, change your situation. All right, inflation doesn't matter when your rent is $1,000 a month and you live in a fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Or a beautiful villa or whatever, whatever your thing is, whatever your vice is, it doesn't matter. Change up your life to accommodate this shit you're unhappy with.
Beautiful.
No one's going to do it for you. I mean, look, I'm going to start an agency. I'll hold your hand. I'm going to charge for it. But if anybody wants help, I only wish I could have moved to Koh Samui. I'm going to start an expat agency.
So that
I only wish I could have moved to Koh Samui without the learning curve.
Yeah.
Without the shit that I had to learn the hard way. And I don't mean the language. It's a hilarious language.
Well, you mentioned this before about starting an expat agency, about this being an idea for you. And it sounds like a great idea. So people who do want to leave the U.S., there's all sorts of questions that they're going to have about their visa, taxation, things like that. And
the best way to do it, the best way to find property, the best place to live, the vibe on the island. Otherwise, you have to just physically go and see it yourself.
Yeah.
But there's a learning curve, and a lot of people can't make that plunge. Imagine this like witness protection for fucking people, like relocation services for people that work online.
Yeah.
You don't like your office? Change it. You work online, it doesn't matter. You're accountable to no one but yourself and your boss. You want to work for the man, that's fine. You can do it on a different time zone. No one gives a shit. If anything, people are more impressed when you field a call from Asia.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an icebreaker. Oh, sorry, no, it's just an elephant in the background. It's like your dog barking. It's like, oh, sorry, fucking elephant sat on someone's car. I apologize, the alarm went off.
Yeah, that's great, man.
You can't have a pet because you're never home.
I got 3.
Really? Are they all neglected?
I rescue cats and I don't neglect them at all.
Cats? Ay, Faye.
Yeah.
All right, I'm pulling this interview. It's gonna be like NPR. I didn't know you're a cat guy. I got Usman. Yeah, he's a cat guy too. But I guess when you're out all the time, it's the only animal you cannot kill.
I'm not trying to kill my cats.
I am.
Shout out to my cats. They watch the podcast too.
This is the most intelligent pussy you have in your house. Really is.
The other thing is, would there be a second book or a revision to the book that you have now, and would you do an audio version? Because I have been waiting for you to do an audio version of it.
I had a bit of a falling out with my publisher, so
Okay.
that was the reason. I own you had the legal on it, Usman, but like I own the rights and everything. But yeah, I would like to do a revision, or I would do a sequel, not a revision.
Well,
I want to do a sequel, and actually, I just don't want to go through the same publisher. I want a new publisher. And I'm not self-publishing. I'm not doing that shit, okay? I'm not pulling a Dan Bilzerian. I'll self-publish. I'll do this. No. I want to go Simon Schuster. I want to do it highbrow.
Well, you know why he did that, right? He said they were going to give up 80% of the profits.
Penguin.
Yeah, from him not self-publishing. That's why he did it himself. I believe it's Goat Publishing or something like that. I can't remember what the name of the publishing company is, but he created one to publish his own book. Have you read the book? Have either of you read the book?
No.
You're going to recognize some of the stories, like the shark story that Dan told us while we were at dinner. It's in the book. Sam Majid puts a tiger shark in his pool and pours a bunch of salt shakers in there, trying to keep the tiger shark alive by putting salt in the pool. It really happened. It's fucking crazy. There's a bunch of stories that I was there for. So it's a really interesting book.
How does he not have like PETA protesters outside of his fucking mansion?
Well, it wasn't. It was Majid who did it. Sam Majid had a terminal disease when he did that. That's another thing. Like all the story behind it, we didn't know that, and Dan didn't know it at the time. At that house on Blue Jay, when the tiger shark was there, Sam Majid knew he was going to die, and he had lost $10 million to Dan in head-to-head poker games. So it's just one of these crazy situations where, he talked about, I can't be around other people who aren't fantastically rich, and they would buy each other cars and stuff like that. That's how they would communicate and show friendship, and he can't do that with his friends that weren't. He talked about he had one friend who was an NBA player, and the guy was playing for a couple of years, and he would make like $400,000 a year, $1 million a year, and then when the money dried up, when he wasn't getting picked up anymore, he's still spending with Dan and his friends, but he can't stay at that level of spending. Then the guy's broke, then he commits suicide, or he OD'd. They don't know if he OD'd or commits suicide. There's some conjecture about that, but like it's one of those situations where like you kind of get caught up in that. And I think you guys would love the book. I think it was a really, really, really good book. I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. It was he talks about putting steroids up his asshole. Like he goes into talks about people filming him while he's masturbating. Like he really gets into some deep shit. So I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, what's up, man? Look on your face.
Filming with I'll read the book.
Does he have an audio book?
No. So I asked him. I told him. I said I would read the audio version.
Yeah,
he didn't want to. But he said his publisher said he needs to do it, and I recommended he do it as well. I volunteered to do it if he wasn't going to do it. But yeah, man, it's it's great. It's pretty good. And yours, I want an audio version. That's what I'm saying. I want an audio version because the inflection.
Okay,
that you
so
would give,
publishers out there, let's do. Well, first of all, I want an audio version of my current book.
Yes.
But I also want. I am working on something, but I don't want to spill the beans right now. For a sequel. But I'm looking for a right, publisher. Like, publisher's everything. Dan made a right decision, okay? Yeah. But he also made it a news story, which made it a right decision.
Yeah.
It was a big... You get in bed with the wrong publisher, it's like getting married. You're in bed with... You gotta kill the bitch. Like, you're never gonna get out of this divorce alive.
Yeah, that would be rough. What else, Ben? So what is the future?
Is my food here yet?
Yeah, it's been here for a while.
It's been here for a while.
Wonderful. Is it sushi just sitting out in the open air?
There, yeah.
You didn't put it in the fridge?
No, I didn't know how long it was going to be.
Okay, this is fucking great.
Get ready for the next adventure.
I can't wait to fly to Los Angeles with food poisoning. It's bad enough you're leaving Vegas and you cracked out. You're going to fly to LA shaking and throwing up because Usman refused to refrigerate the fucking sushi. Thanks, buddy.
How long are you in the U.S. for?
Oh, I'm out of here as soon as possible. I'm going to be in LA for a week and then back home.
He can come on the 27th to the party. He should stay for that.
What are you talking about?
No, he's not going to be here for that.
Dude, I'm going to South Africa to propose to my girlfriend. You want me to stay for some party? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, kind of. That'd be fun.
She's going to kill me. They'll never find my body.
Okay.
In the jungle. Okay, she would kill me. She deserves better than that. She does. She puts up with me.
That's
She's
incredible,
an angel.
Man. Okay, I have a question I ask all my guests. Your belief about monogamy in general. Obviously, you feel like you found it with this girl. Do you think it's for everyone? Do you think it's something you have to work for? Do you think it's the natural state for people? What do you think about monogamy?
I think it works as a social constraint. I think it has to work because of the way we're set up as a society. Mm-hmm. I think it's disingenuous to think that there aren't going to be, desires and flirtations and stuff like that. But let's just realign our value system a little bit better. Because remember, this is an ancient thing.
Yeah.
But you go far enough back, and like I don't know what the Romans were doing, but I'm sure it wasn't just with one person.
Well, monogamy, the idea of it. So there's 5,000 mammals, species of mammals on the planet, and 3% of them have any kind of pair bonding. So the pair bonding we do as Homo sapiens is pretty rare amongst mammals. And then for the majority of Homo sapien existence, which is about 300,000 years, we didn't have marriage. We didn't have monogamy. That wasn't until the agricultural revolution, Sumerians, written word. When that happens, we're trying to, basically the purpose of monogamy and marriage in particular is I have wealth, you have wealth. Let's maintain our wealth together and not let the poor people take our wealth. That was the point of marriage. That's why it existed. It wasn't, arranged marriages existed all the way up until maybe 150 years ago. Almost all marriages were arranged. So now that's why that.
Can I just take you down a notch? How about just not wanting to share a vagina with anyone else?
Yeah, you go.
How about this is my pussy? Okay. And we're going to keep it that way. Maybe there's value in that.
Yes.
Maybe like, I know where I left everything. I know where all the pieces, like I know look, I know how the fucking rack and pinion steering works in like my car. This is my car. Okay. You want to drive a Hertz rental car? Drive a Hertz rental car.
Yeah. I'm with you.
There's something about, is there anything hotter than a girl saying, oh, whose pussy? This is your pussy. Like basically taking ownership over it.
Yeah. I can see that.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yes.
Usman, you in monogamy?
Oh, give me a break.
I think it's unnatural. I don't think it works.
Yeah, I think it's
Jesus.
I think it's like a bodybuilder. You know, when he gets huge and he can bench like 400 pounds. I think if you look at the guy, you realize that's not his natural state. He can still bench 400 pounds, but if he gets malaria, breaks his jaw, or gets injured and he loses all that mass, it goes away unless he works at it constantly. I think that's how monogamy is. Two people have to constantly be working at it every single day. And when one of them doesn't, either the man sees a hotter, younger girl, or the woman says things like, we grew apart. We grew apart. We want different things. And then they end up splitting up. That's the reason why.
But look at all these guys, these famous, powerful men that have sex scandals that bring them down.
Yeah.
It's like, what did they do? They fucked a girl. Like, yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
What I'm trying to say is,
was the marriage worth it?
No. Were the consequences of your actions worth it? Because the marriage was already done. Otherwise, we're not saying would you get married. You are.
Do that. It didn't hurt anybody. I mean,
the problem.
Well, then you're not doing it right.
The problem. Listen,
please.
hold on. The problem for Tiger wasn't the Denny's waitress. It was the marriage to Elin. That was the problem. He pissed off that pretty little Norwegian girl and their pretty little children. That was the problem. Do you know who nobody?
It was actually Rachel Yucatel, who was another door girl in New York.
For sure.
I love Rachel.
For
you know
sure.
Rachel?
But
it was actually she kind of ruined his life.
Let me ask you a question. How many people complain about Derek Jeter and all the women he fucked?
no one, because he's not married.
Jessica Biel and Jessica Alba and Mariah Carey when she was fine. Bro, are you kidding me? No one complained because the motherfucker didn't get married.
Exactly. And if he got married, he'd have sex scandals.
Yes.
And he'd be brought down, he'd be canceled, and we'd be looking down on him.
That's my point, bro. Like,
I
because he
agree.
didn't get married, we celebrate Derek Jeter and we call Tiger Woods a piece of shit. That's my point. Like, the problem was Rachel Yucatel worth it? Was the marriage worth it? That's the actual question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rachel Yucatel was probably worth it.
Was she?
Yeah.
I've seen some videos. She worked here too. She lived in Vegas for a while.
What a hustler.
Yeah. That's when you move up from New York, you move to Vegas
shit.
nightlife.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Will you ever move? Like, will you ever, and I mean this respectfully.
Yeah.
Will you ever grow the fuck up?
I think it would have to be a situation where, like, let's just say this
I have to ask.
This podcast got so big that I had to move to Los Angeles. That would be the only thing, and I would hate every minute of it. I tell my friends this: Los Angeles is a great place to live if you have $50 million. If you have $49 million, don't live in Los Angeles. If you have $50 million, it's a fun place to live. I just don't like the traffic.
I don't think you have to worry about this, Michael.
When you're,
I don't think you're teetering.
When you're fucking Kobe and you're flying to practice every day. Los Angeles is a fun place to live. Otherwise, there's just like, you forget about how great it is to just park wherever you want and just have people come to your house, infinite valets, and everybody comes up to your place and you have this beautiful view of the strip and you're paying 1/6 of what you're paying in New York or Los Angeles, and everyone comes to visit you twice a year, and the air is like, there's no humidity and the air is clean. Like, you forget that. That's why I like living here.
Yeah,
you forget about all the wonderful
casinos
things
everywhere.
about that place, huh?
Yeah, but you have casinos everywhere. You have like all this riffraff.
And by the way, what about the white trash and the tacky shit you see? Like the the drawl, like the garbage.
Time out.
There's a lot of shit.
We were on stage.
Disgusting.
We were on stage at a nightclub.
Ugh.
Those people were not our problem. We're like last night.
That's true.
personal injury.
Yeah.
lawyer.
But do you understand? There were so many layers and levels to it. It's like the thing is,
Same thing in Thailand.
I know, but there's it's not as prestigious because you can buy your way into anything here. There's no face control. Try that shit in New York at a nightclub. Try that in certain venues in Los Angeles. You can't. Sorry. It matters your social credit.
Sure.
It matters your whole thing.
Yeah.
Is taken into account. And then money is a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, all right, anyone that won like a guy who won NASCAR could come and just be. It's just, and also, can we put on a pair of pants? It's night. I have a philosophy. If you're an adult, and you're wearing shorts at night, all right, fine. If you don't live on a tropical island like me, you've lost. You're not a man. You're not a fucking man. If you're wearing shorts at night, you're not a man. Now, granted, someone's going to say, oh, he's wearing... I live on a tropical island. Fuck you, okay? When you move to a tropical island, I'll renege. It's fine. It's different. But you're wearing shorts at night, and it's just no one puts any pride. Like, you wouldn't believe the people wearing the pajamas, and it's just like... And by the way, this is the best version of you? You're on vacation? This is you. This is... What do you do? What do you wear at home? Moo-moos? Like, this is you on vacation. You're out there. Can you put on a blazer? Can you... Like, maybe I'm old school. Maybe I am. But like, can we all agree on just like bathing? And like the people that
bathing.
No, it's like Vegas is the place where you see girls that are just schlepping their bags through the airport. They have like pillows. Like it's an hour flight wherever the hell you came from. Right? Whatever. They're like the dirty pillows. It's like this is not the sophistication that you surround yourself with in Vegas, right? The people that are successful. But the real Las Vegas is not you're jaded. The real Las Vegas is Circus.
I agree
the real
with
Las Vegas is Excalibur. The real Las Vegas is the shit you don't see or the shit that you filtered out emotionally. You don't see these people. I see them. Oh my God. If this is America, this is why we call it the flyover states, okay? Don't land. I don't care if only one engine flamed out. We lose an engine, I don't want to land. Let's just keep going. Let's go as far as we can.
Oh, man, I miss Texas. All right. Anyway, anything else, man? What else is going on with you?
I don't know, man. Nothing. What do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
You want to go gorilla now? Let's do it.
No, we've been going gorilla for a while.
Well, I mean, anything you need to ask me? Do you need help? Wink twice if you need someone to like airlift you the fuck out of here. I'm worried about you, buddy.
I love it.
And when
here.
do you sleep? I'm exhausted all the time. I'm turning 39 next month. You've got, what, 5 years on me?
Yeah.
At least. But you look good. Aren't you tired?
No.
Is that a Jewish thing? You're like stressed out all the time, but aren't you just like tired all the time?
Not really, no.
Okay.
So here's the thing for me.
I'm just exhausted. Everything's exhausting. When you're here, everything's exhausting.
I'm annoyed by a lot of things, but I'm not tired.
But isn't being annoyed, it's exhausting. America's exhausting. It is. Everything's a hassle now.
I think staying in hotels here is hard to get, like food and drinks, like normal shit. I think that's kind of exhausting.
It is exhausting.
I will tell you, I go to bed around 4 a.m. I wake up around noon. I work for a financial firm, so we 11, and I trade for 2 hours, the last 2 hours of the day before the markets close at 1, and then I get all my stuff done from 1 to 4. Then I host all of my Zoom calls from 4 to 6, and then I get to the gym around 8 or 9, and then I get all my office work done from midnight to 4 a.m.
I'm exhausted. I would be exhausting typing up your day. That's exhausting. Are you kidding me?
It's nice because here's the thing: you guys show up, and then we go to a club, and it's my normal sleep schedule. It doesn't bother me at all.
But you don't do drugs and you don't drink alcohol.
I don't.
Like honestly, I feel judged a little bit. And also,
I
feel like if I've known you almost a decade, I would over a long time. If I've known you for 10 years. I'd feel like you're wearing a wire or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, why is this narc not drinking? And like, can I ask you, when you're around a bunch of fucking drunk idiots, me included, how do you, like, you're not on our level. How do you deal with idiocracy unless you're fucked up? I can't go to like a brunch party and not be drunk if everyone there is drunk. I want to leave. It's uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You get drunk with me tonight?
Maybe. I like watching people.
Can you not judge me if I get drunk?
I've never judged you, man.
I feel really. I need an adult.
I will tell you, the first couple years I lived here, it was very unusual for people that I didn't drink, and there was a lot of that. But because I've been here for 10 years and everyone knows I don't judge them, then it's a lot easier for me now. It's a lot easier for me now. But yeah, in the beginning, man, it was rough. Yeah. I actually had a dude call me a narc back when I was lived in Austin. He was like, yeah, this guy must work for the cops because he doesn't drink or do any drugs. And I just don't think my body metabolizes alcohol at all. I think when I drink, I just get sick. I don't think I get drunk. I think that's what
Do you smoke weed?
No.
Okay. do you jaywalk? Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you not pay taxes? Like, what's your thing? What do you do that's wrong? Like, honestly, you do like, dude. I was with you one time. We were at like a food pantry. We're handing out stuff. They like knew you. It wasn't just a social thing. Like they were like, this is like the guy, and he's giving out food and the whole thing. And this was even before that was cool with the pandemic.
Yeah.
What's the fucking dark side of you? Like, dude, everyone's got a dark side. What is the dark side of you? There needs to be something bad. It's making me uncomfortable.
I would say,
if you ever killed a hooker, like what happened? What's bad? Do you reuse condoms? Like, what's the fucked up part? I don't know. What's the fucked up part about you?
Let me think, man. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple things. I think I'm around so many women that a lot of women don't like being around me. There's some women who find that intimidating. I think that's an issue. But I'm not mean to that. I try. Here's the thing, man. I don't have to be an asshole because I'm around. Like whoever your favorite model is, she's a friend of mine. So I don't ever have to be an asshole.
That is true.
It's so one of the greatest things for me living here is that if you're waiting for me to be a jerk to you and you're used to that and that's what turns you on, I walk up to your favorite model and she comes up and kisses me. And then I'm like, it causes me, I can still be the nicest guy in the world and never have to be an asshole. But you always know that if you fuck up, there's like infinite possibilities for me also. And so that's helped me out a lot. But like, I don't know, man, I probably, like you said, I'm too nice. Maybe that's what the dark side is.
You don't lie. You don't cheat. I don't trust you. You make a terrible Jew. Like, I don't know where to put you. Like in the schematic of life, I don't know where you fit because like, you have to be a serial killer. Like, you don't do, like, there needs to be an outlet beyond like your day sounds exhausting. And then I see what you do at night and everyone's drunk and you're up at like, dude, you're not in your 20s or 30s. You're not tired. You don't need a bump of cocaine. I'm just asking. You don't need cocaine to have a good time. You don't need alcohol to have a good time. You don't need marijuana to have a good time.
Yeah. Shout out to Ageless Men TRT Clinic, bro. What
is that?
It's
you come in a dish. What do you do there?
Testosterone.
Look into this.
Testosterone replacement.
Yeah,
testosterone replacement?
Dude, let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else I figured out, Usman. When I started taking this stuff, after 10 weeks, I got so much more muscular and ripped. And
I don't care about that.
It was so
shit.
quick. But here's the thing. You immediately figure out everyone's on it. Like
no, they're not.
Yeah, a lot of people.
What I mean by anybody over the age of like 32 with 6-pack abs, all of them are on it. Every single you weren't sure about it, but the way you can tell is the traps and the delts, they get bigger in a greater proportion than the rest of their body because these have higher testosterone receptors than you ever see a bull, how the bull has the big neck and the cow don't. It's that kind of thing. And so when you see that, like when I see these 6-pack shortcuts and all these guys working out on YouTube and like I diet and all, and when you meet them and these guys like snort cocaine and fucking do Adderall and eat cheeseburgers, you realize the reason why they look the way they look is because they're all on testosterone propitiate or cypionate or they're taking Anavar or some shit like that. The thing I realized when I started taking this stuff, because there's like 12 million men on TRT now, everybody is on this shit. Every single part.
So does this clinic like give you like a program? Like you have to take
so you go there and they measure your free testosterone and your estrogen. Then they put you on test, and then if your estrogen level rises to a certain level, they put you on a estrogen blocker, and then they put you on this stuff to keep from testicular atrophy called HCG.
Yeah,
and then if you want to move into TRT and stuff like that, or not TRT, HGH, you can do that later. So like you have joints that are degenerating in your late 40s, you can start taking that stuff. Dan, I think he told me he's on like 1 IU of HGH a week or a day or something.
Also has a lot of side effects.
So if you have a precancerous markers, you should not be taking HGH.
But you don't know
if
you do, right? I mean, you could say
no. You can take. There's tests for it.
All right.
But you want to know something crazy? If you had a brain tumor, there's some brain tumors that are inoperable. They'll give you HGH to grow the tumor so that it becomes operable and they can pull it out. Yeah. It's crazy how that stuff works. But there's all this stuff like I can't tell you like. It's one of the best decisions I ever made. So you asked like how I'm not tired.
You have energy from it?
Oh my God, yeah.
What about your dick? Your dick works still?
Bro, it works too much. Like honestly, you want to, here you go. The dark side. The dark side was I didn't have a girlfriend for years. And then I started taking this stuff and I met this girl who was just like, wanted to do anything I wanted sexually, and we would bring women home together every week. And like I couldn't see all the red flags because the test had me just wanting sex all the time. That is one of the big downside. And the other one is I'm 225 pounds. I don't need to be weighing this much. and because I'm lifting all the time, and I still have the 44-year-old frame, so my knee and my hip get fucked up, my back. That's the other problem. It's like I'm not trying to play safety in the NFL. I don't know why I'm this
What's
big.
the goal then? To fill out a T-shirt? I don't get it. What's the goal? You've got
great.
security around you.
Great.
You just feel fucking
great.
incredible.
Is it for you or is it for the women you sleep with?
That's incredible, bro. I feel great.
You do it for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't do it to look good relative to other people who are also doing it.
No, I don't, because I don't have a bodybuilder's physique, so I'm never gonna look like them. But I feel fantastic. And the other thing is, like, I like to play basketball, and I'm just better at it now because I'm on test. Like, I can recover faster. It's great. Like, and the thing is, here's the problem. What we thought for years was steroids and tests were the same. They're not. Steroids are called anabolic. Testosterone is androgenic.
Yeah, right.
Androgenic testosterone is completely illegal. Completely legal. Anyone prescribe it to you. Your urologist can give it to you. All kinds of stuff. Androgenic steroids, anabolic steroids. That's like Anavar and Decatran, that kind of stuff.
But I think you can get anabolic test as well. I think there's.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, for sure. And you can get, by the way, you can get it just like you can get a COVID doctor who has bad aim and gives you a little COVID letter. You can get a doctor who will prescribe you Deca and Tren and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's essentially what happens. Sound good?
No, I'm not signing up for this. What do you do? You take a syringe and you shoot yourself in the ass?
No, the doctor does, like once a week.
Oh, so there's a doctor involved?
Nurse.
I don't know. I mean, this is nuts. It's nuts. But look, you're happy. You have energy. Meanwhile, I'm going to teach you more yet. I'm the one verklempt. I'm the one exhausted. I'm the one yawning, okay?
Yeah. Dude, when I turned 38, that's when it hit me, bro. I fell off a cliff.
Well, that's my age.
Yeah.
That's my age.
I fell off a cliff. Everything hurt when I woke up in the morning.
2-day hangovers? Well, you never
drank, but like,
see, maybe that's it.
The recovery, bro.
You know the struggle. You have no idea. And by the way, if you're not drinking, why are you paying for drinks? You live in Las Vegas. I don't want to see you buy a drink tonight.
I won't.
You're too hooked up.
It was just one. It was one. You know, the funny thing is,
give me your credit card. Give me the receipt. I want to dispute this for you. No, I want to do a mitzvah for you. I want this taken off the record. How many? You're a big guy in Vegas.
Yeah,
you're a big guy in Vegas.
Listen,
why are you paying for drinks?
Because it was convenient. Like, if I could have walked over to the owner or the GM's table and grabbed tequila and I've just given it to the girls. I just didn't want it. I just wanted to make it more convenient.
Okay, so you're not ready to convert, I see. Like, come on.
Right, there you go. Not ready for the trap. All right, awesome, man. Very cool. Anything else from you guys?
This was refreshing.
It was good.
A bit cathartic. We
good
went everywhere.
We did.
Let's see what Piven has to say. and honestly, if the next time you have Dan on, or even the next time you talk to Dan, say, hey, Gerald wants to know why you're always fucking
I'll text him right now.
I'll text him
right now. Awesome, man. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Man, I appreciate all the growth. I appreciate all the
distribution. Instagram.
Distribution. Yeah, for sure.
Is that how you distribute?
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I put it on everywhere. But this is going to go up on YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. This specific episode.
Instagram at Justin Ross Lee.
Yeah. Yes.
You want to buy Pretentious Pocket? Go through my attorney.
All right. So here's the thing. Let's go real quick for JRL. It's Justin Ross Lee. For Usman, it's Usman Shaikh Law Firm. Is that it?
Usman Shaikh Law.
Usman Shaikh Law. You guys can make sure you check him out. You're still on Twitter. You have like some funny stuff on Twitter, right? Not anymore?
Yeah, no, I do. But I basically just like to fuck with airlines on there.
Yeah.
Like, basically knowing and dealing with like the companies that have no sense of humor. Yeah. It's hilarious to do in writing.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That's really good.
It's fun.
That's really good. Yeah, I've seen
Twitter's underrated for stuff like that. It's like the best way to interact with an empowered team to get whatever the hell you want. Like airlines, every airline follows me on Twitter and we just screw with each other. It's kind of funny.
I want to see that.
It's funny.
So if you guys want to check out his book, Do You Know Who I Think I Am?
Don't You Know Who I Think I Am?
Don't You Know Who I Think I Am? But you can find that on Amazon. You can find that at several different places. It's on Kindle or hardback.
And I need a publisher for my second book.
There you go.
I'm writing in the jungle.
And you're looking to sell Pretentious Pocket. If somebody wants to buy a Pretentious Pocket, you can hit him up. You can go to Justin Ross Lee.
No, I'm selling the business. I'm not selling pocket squares. I want out of the business.
That's what I'm saying.
I sell the business. I'm not selling you a fucking pocket square.
Sorry, he's selling the business.
I'm selling the business.
Who's on first?
What's on second?
Oh, it's on second. All right, here we go. And then you guys can check out Usman if you guys want to need an entertainment attorney while you're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he doesn't have a billboard unlike half your friends. It's so sad.
Let's stop. Okay, here we go. We're beating him down. Thank you guys again for joining us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure if you guys want to leave me a review on Apple Podcast, that would be fantastic. Leave me some comments here. I know he said a lot of, man, we went over everything in this podcast. That was really, really great.
I need some of this HGH shit. I'm exhausted. I don't know what the hell you're serving.
So
here,
we're gonna have him back once he weighs 240 and he's on TRT. We're gonna have JR.
It's not a good look on a Jewish guy. It's not. I told you I take my pants off first.
Take your pants off first. There we go. Hashtag take your pants off first if you got to this point in the podcast. Thank you guys. We will see you all next week.